Costco is discontinuing a massive wave of high-end items, and prices are hitting the lowest levels you have ever seen. Some things are worth buying immediately, while others should be skipped even if the deal looks amazing. Here is the complete list before the shelves go empty. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. One. Sonos Subwoofer Gen 4. The remaining inventory on the shelves right now is incredibly low, and this is the first piece of information you need to know before pulling the trigger. The Sonos Subwoofer Gen 4 was just marked down to an all-time low of $499.97, which is a straight $300 off its original retail price of $799.99. The Sonos Gen 4 handles deep, solid bass without any distortion even if you crank the volume up. And the biggest difference compared to subwoofers from other brands is its ability to connect completely wirelessly to the Sonos ecosystem without a single cord running across your living room floor. For those who don't have a Sonos system yet, this is a strong enough reason to start with this subwoofer. 2. Dyson V15 Detect. Dyson rarely offers deep discounts, and this $220 instant savings off the V15 line at Costco is the biggest price drop you will see this year. The V15 Detect has two features that stand out more than anything else in the current cordless vacuum market. The green laser mounted on the cleaner head reveals fine dust layers on hard floors that are completely invisible to the naked eye. And the LCD screen on the body displays exactly how many minutes of battery life are left along with real-time dust counts. Buying a Dyson at Costco comes with an often overlooked advantage. The included accessory bundle here is usually much more complete compared to buying the same model at Best Buy or Amazon, while the price after applying instant savings is significantly lower. There is another Dyson vacuum sitting on Costco shelves right now. Same brand, same .97 tag, but this is the one I will walk straight past without stopping. 3. Dyson V9. The .97 tag. On this Dyson V9 looks tempting, but this is where you need to stop and do the math carefully. The price gap between the V9 and the V15 is $180, but the technology gap between these two generations is much larger than that number suggests. The V9 relies on older technology. It has no dust-detecting laser, no LCD screen, and both its suction power and battery life fall significantly short compared to the V15. Costco is slapping a .97 tag on it because this is a Costco-exclusive model that needs to be cleared out before the new generation arrives. But that doesn't mean it's worth buying at $349.97. For around $350, you can easily get newer Shark models that offer better anti-hair wrap technology and stronger suction power. 4. Apple AirPods Pro 3. Apple controls its product pricing very tightly, and this straight $50 off at Costco for the AirPods Pro 3 is the best deal you can find on the market right now, even when compared to Amazon or Best Buy. This generation's upgrade is deeply optimized for Apple Intelligence, meaning its active noise cancellation is stronger and call quality is significantly clearer compared to the Pro 2. If your old earbuds have a degraded battery or the ANC is no longer effective, this is the perfect time to upgrade, and $199.99 at Costco is currently the lowest price for this model across the entire market. 5. Samsung 55-inch M70H. Finding a Samsung-branded mini LED TV under $400 that comes with a bundled 3-year warranty does not happen very often. Samsung's mini LED panel delivers vibrant colors and wider viewing angles compared to standard LED displays. And the familiar Tizen operating system is user-friendly for all age groups. If this is what you are planning to buy, don't wait until Sunday. 6. TCL 65-inch QM6K Pro. If $400 for a 55-inch Samsung is a good value, then $529.99 for a 65-inch TCL featuring QD Mini LED technology is the go-to choice for anyone who needs a bigger screen without breaking the $600 threshold. QD Mini LED brings brightness and contrast much closer to premium displays than standard LEDs. The included 3-year all-state warranty package is something you would have to pay extra for if bought separately at Best Buy, but here, it is already included in the price. Not everything being deeply discounted at Costco this week is worth your hard-earned money. The next item is the ultimate example of that on today's entire list. 7. Philips Sonicare Advanced Clean. The $69.99 price tag for a 2-pack of Philips Sonicare electric toothbrushes sounds highly attractive, and this brand needs no introduction. Philips is replacing this line with their next-generation Sonicare, and the reason goes beyond a simple feature upgrade. This older model has a technical flaw that has been widely documented on forums this year. After some time of use, the motor still makes noise, but the brush head no longer oscillates with enough power to clean effectively. The new generation has completely resolved this issue, and that is exactly why the price of the old model is being slashed to clear out inventory. There is a machine in the next section that Costco employees have to constantly restock throughout the week. When you see it, you will immediately understand why. 8. Ninja Creamy Deluxe. The Ninja Creamy Deluxe is one of those rare kitchen items where half a pallet empties out within just the first few days of the week at Costco. And a $40 markdown down to $149.99 is more than enough to explain that speed. What sets this machine apart from traditional ice cream makers is that it doesn't require a pre-made ice cream base. You freeze any mixture you want, yogurt, fruit, or protein shakes, then put it in the machine and get back smooth gelato, sorbet, or shaved ice in just minutes. 9. Brio 740i Nugget Ice Maker. Nugget Ice is the small, chewable ice you usually find at Sonic Drive-In or major coffee chains. It keeps drinks cold longer, is easy to chew, and makes beverages taste significantly better than standard ice cubes. In the retail market, Nugget Ice Makers from reliable brands rarely go for under $300. At $199.99 after a $50 discount, the Brio 740i is a rare sub-$200 price point for a machine with a capacity of 44 pounds of ice per day. Stock usually runs out by the weekend, and it is unclear how long this markdown will last. 10. Tramontina Tri-Ply Clad. Tramontina is no stranger to anyone who cares about quality cookware, and this 3-piece tri-ply clad pan, set at $44.99, breaks down to about $15 a pan for restaurant-standard 3-layer bonded metal construction. Tri-ply means that heat transfers evenly across both the bottom and the side walls of the pan, eliminating localized hot spots that cause food to burn in one corner while remaining undercooked in another. The non-stick coating is PFOA-free, safe, and easy to clean after cooking. 11. Ninja Crispy 5-in-1. If your air fryer at home is still working perfectly fine, walk straight past this shelf. The $124.99 price tag is not a small amount of money, and the glass design of the Ninja Crispy is doing a very effective job of looking better than the actual performance it delivers. The glass basket is made of heat-resistant glass that is significantly thicker and heavier than a standard metal basket. The concept of watching your food cook without having to pull the basket out sounds great, but in reality, most people still have to check by opening the lid anyway because the view through the glass isn't clear enough once condensation builds up. If you genuinely need a new air fryer, allocating that $125 budget toward traditional Ninja or Cosori models will give you better functionality for a comparable price. 12. DeWalt 20-volt Max Combo. The yellow and black DeWalt is something that once you have used, it is hard to go back to another brand. At $179.99 for a combo kit that includes a hammer drill, an impact driver, 2 20-volt batteries, and a fast charger, it is a price point that is impossible to match anywhere else if you were to price out each item individually. The brushless motor in this set runs quieter, conserves battery life better, and doesn't overheat when continuously drilling into brick walls or driving long screws into hardwood. 13. Kirkland Mechanics Tool Set. Walking into Home Depot to buy individual sockets and drivers as needed is the most expensive way to build a home toolkit. The 165-piece Kirkland Mechanics tool set at $79.99 solves that problem once and for all, featuring shiny chrome vanadium steel with great rust resistance and a heavy-duty blow-molded plastic case to keep everything organized. This set includes both SAE inch and metric sizes, making it perfect for DIY oil changes, tightening undercarriage bolts, fixing lawnmowers, or handling any repairs that come up around the house. There is one product in the upcoming outdoor category that I would advise you to skip, even though the price looks like a steal. And I will clearly explain why before you push your cart into that section. 14. Greenworks. Pro 60-volt hedge trimmer. Plants grow rapidly after the early season rains, and if the green hedges around your house are starting to look messy, this is the perfect time to handle them before it becomes a bigger problem. The Greenworks Pro 60 volts at under $100 for a 24-inch dual-action steel blade is a price point that is hard to find for this brand's Pro lineup. One thing to keep in mind before buying: this product does not include a battery. It is suitable for those who already have a Greenworks 60-volt battery ecosystem at home. If you don't have a battery yet, you need to factor that cost into your total budget before making a decision. 15. Techner Apex Zero G. Traditional rubber hoses are heavy, prone to kinking, and dragging them around the yard every afternoon is more exhausting than it needs to be. The Zero G by Technor Apex is 50% lighter than a standard rubber hose of the same size, retracts neatly when completely drained, and features a woven fiber jacket that offers great abrasion resistance when dragged past tree roots or corners of walls. The 100-foot length is enough to water an average-sized yard without having to move the faucet connection multiple times. At $35.99, this is one of those small upgrades that brings the most noticeable comfort to daily yard care. 16. Igloo Max Cold 90 quarts. 90 quarts means it can hold about 137 cans of soda along with ice, which is enough for an outdoor family party without needing to run back into the kitchen for more drinks midway through. The Max Cold technology keeps ice cold for up to 5 consecutive days, and the heavy-duty wheels paired with a sturdy tow handle allow it to be moved when fully loaded without requiring 2 people to carry it. Under $70 for a large-capacity cooler from a brand like Igloo is a price point that high-end cooler lines like Yeti or Pelican never touch, even when they are on sale. 17. Tommy Bahama Backpack Chair. Tommy Bahama is a name synonymous with the American summer in a way that few outdoor gear brands can match. And $31.99 at Costco is the reason this chair is fiercely hunted down every June. It features a lightweight, rust-proof aluminum frame, a breathable backing that won't trap heat, and it can recline fully into a flat-lying position. It also includes a built-in head pillow and a cooler pouch on the back. The backpack-style straps free up both of your hands when walking from the parking lot to the beach or park. 18. Tommy Bahama Solar Lanterns. This set of 2 solar-powered LED lanterns charges itself during the day and turns on automatically when it gets dark, costing you $0 in monthly electricity bills. The flickering effect looks like a real flame, creating an evening garden ambiance that regular LED lights just can't duplicate. Whether you are preparing your space to welcome guests for the evening of the 4th of July or simply lighting up your walkway every night, $37.99 for 2 sturdy metal lanterns with a classic design is an expenditure that delivers immediate visual results. I know many people are targeting the next outdoor item on the list because they saw it on social media. But there is an important detail that those videos don't mention. 19. Suncast Outdoor Storage Shed. Suncast went pretty viral on social media, and $200 for an outdoor storage shed looks reasonable when looking at the photos. But the hands-on experience from many middle-aged users shows a different picture. The plastic material is thinner than you would expect, and after a few months of sitting out in the continuous sun and wind, the panels begin to warp and the interlocking joints weaken. If your local warehouse drops the price down to the $100 mark to clear the lot, that's a different story. But at $200, you should skip it and allocate that budget towards something else more practical on today's list. 20. Cat LED Work Light. Caterpillar makes work lights the same way they build construction equipment, with industrial-grade shock resistance, so you don't have to worry about them breaking when dropped while working in the garage or under a vehicle. The ultra-strong magnetic base sticks securely to the hood or the side of a steel tool cabinet without needing someone to hold it for you. And the USB-C charging port is far more convenient than traditional AA battery-powered flashlights. At a price point of $29.99 for a 2-pack of these specialized cat-branded lights, you would easily pay over $20 just for one comparable light if you went into Home Depot. 21. Westinghouse Retractable Cord. An extension cord left tangled and messy on the garage floor is not just an eyesore. It is a genuine tripping hazard for elderly family members and small children walking by. The Westinghouse retractable cord automatically and smoothly rolls back up after you are done using it, features a thick cord core rated for a 15-amp load, and has a weather-resistant plastic housing suitable for both indoor and outdoor use. The 50-foot length is enough to reach most corners of the garage or backyard without needing to daisy-chain additional cords. A price of $54.99 for a self-retracting mechanism from a major brand like Westinghouse is hard to find on the market for this heavy-duty load rating. 22. Luis Gurpegui Crianza. Finding an authentic Spanish Crianza wine, aged in oak barrels with a high rating from wine enthusiasts for just a little over $10, is something you will not see at any outside liquor store. At 42% off down to $10.69 for a bottle of wine featuring flavors of ripe berries, a touch of vanilla, and subtle spices from the oak aging process. This is a number that makes it worth buying by the case instead of just grabbing 1 or 2 bottles. 23. Health Aid Kombucha. A single bottle of Health Aid bought individually at Whole Foods or regular grocery stores runs around $3.50 to $4. This week at Costco, the 6-pack breaks down to less than $1.80 a bottle, which is more than half off compared to buying it individually outside. This raw organic kombucha is packed with billions of living probiotics to support digestion, and its crisp, sweet, and sour flavor makes it a great refreshing drink to beat the heat on hot summer days. 24. Frito-Lay Classic Mix. Classic Lays, Nacho Cheese Doritos, and Crunchy Cheetos, all individually portioned in single-serve bags. It is $5 off for a large variety pack, making this the most ideal snack option for summer road trips, family camping, or simply keeping on the counter when the grandkids come over for summer break. 25. Nescafé Taster's Choice. Nescafé uses freeze-dried technology to lock in the full coffee aroma and flavor, dissolving instantly even in cold water without leaving any residue behind. With a $6 discount on a large jar that will last for several months, the cost breaks down to just a few cents per cup. For anyone who needs a quick morning cup of coffee without wasting time brewing, this is the best opportunity during this clearance event to stock up at an excellent price. 26. Liquid IV. Liquid IVs. Cellular Transport Technology, CTT, helps hydrate your body 2 to 3 times faster than standard plain water, while replenishing essential electrolytes and B vitamins. For those who enjoy gardening out in the sun or have a routine morning walk, mixing 1 packet into your water bottle helps keep your body from running out of steam or feeling dizzy from losing salt midway through. A savings of $8 on a large pack that will last the whole summer is a practical investment in your daily health. 27. Charmin Ultra Soft. An instant savings of $6.60 directly on your receipt for a large mega pack of Charmin is a substantial amount of cash back in your pocket. For families with a lot of children and grandchildren or those who frequently host guests during the summer, this is a product that never goes bad when bought in bulk, and this price point will not return anytime soon. 28. Kleenex Soothing Lotion. As the seasons change, the combination of pollen and air conditioners running at full blast can easily cause older adults or young children to get sniffly. Kleenex Soothing Lotion is infused with aloe vera and vitamin E, so it won't cause redness, soreness, or dry skin, even with frequent use. Something standard tissues just can't do. Stashing a bulk box in the house during this $4 markdown is a simple and practical decision. 29. Duracell AA/AAA batteries. Duracell batteries have a shelf life of 10 to 12 years in their original packaging, without any worry of acid leakage damaging your devices. Summer is the season for camping flashlights, children's remote-controlled toys, and outdoor gear that require frequent battery replacements. Stocking up on a large bulk pack during this $2 markdown at Costco is always multiple times cheaper than buying individual retail packs at convenience stores during an emergency. 30. Mikasa 5-piece picture frame set. Less than $1.50 for a quality Mikasa picture frame featuring a premium glazed finish, a delicately crafted metal border, and an elegant classic design. The outer box might be a bit dusty or slightly dented because this is a closeout product that has gone through multiple markdown cycles, but the product inside is completely intact. If you or someone in your home is dealing with joint issues, cardiovascular health concerns, or needs regularly stocked maintenance medications, this is the most important section to watch closely in today's video. 31. Kirkland glucosamine and chondroitin. It costs less than 9 cents for a full daily dose of glucosamine and chondroitin that meets USP verification standards in a bottle containing 220 to 280 tablets. This is a price point that outside retail pharmacies simply cannot compete with for the same quality and equivalent pill count. Glucosamine and chondroitin help replenish joint cartilage and lubricating fluid, minimizing joint pain when the weather changes. 32. Nature-made triple omega-3 6-9. This 180 softgel bottle provides fatty acids from 3 natural sources: fish oil, flaxseed oil, and safflower oil, and carries the USP certification for purity. Omega-3 6-9 supports cardiovascular health, maintains blood vessel elasticity, and protects eyesight, which are more important than ever once you cross the age of 55. Under $18 for a full 3-month supply is a price point that retail pharmacies never touch for this exact nature-made packaging specification. 33. Advil Liquigels. A price tag of just $18.99 for 240 liquid gels of the Advil brand is a striking number, considering that going into CVS to buy a single retail bottle of 80 counts already costs over $12. The liquid gel form absorbs into the body significantly faster than traditional solid tablets. It is particularly effective for pain caused by heavy exertion or muscle and joint soreness after a day of working outdoors. 34. Tylenol Extra Strength. A twin pack totaling 350 caplets is at $16.99, whereas going into CVS to buy a single retail bottle of 100 counts of Tylenol itself costs nearly $11. The acetaminophen in Tylenol reduces fever and quickly cuts through acute headaches, muscle aches, or sudden urgent toothaches, and its biggest advantage is that it is very gentle on the stomach. For those with a history of stomach ulcers who cannot take anti-inflammatory medications, Tylenol is the go-to choice. 35. Lumify Redness Reliever. Lumify is highly rated by American optometrists because of its selective technology that targets only the blood vessels causing redness without affecting the blood vessels that nourish the eye, meaning it doesn't cause the rebound redness side effect when the product wears off, which is a common issue with standard eye drops. The 2-bottle set at $29.99 after a $6 discount is a reasonable price for a product where buying individual bottles at Walgreens already costs $20 a bottle. 36. Braun Series 9 Sport Plus. The only reason this top-tier Braun electric shaver is priced under $100 is because the 2025 Braun generation just launched at $200, and Costco needs to clear out the inventory of the older model. In terms of daily practical functionality, the difference between these two generations is negligible for most regular users. Spending $99.97 on this Braun Series 9 model is a much smarter financial decision than dropping $200 on the new version. 37. Huggies Plus. A $10 markdown per box of Huggies Plus diapers is a significant saving when factored into your monthly baby budget. The Plus line is an exclusive design made specifically for the Costco system, featuring enhanced absorbency and ultra-soft non-woven fabric to protect a baby's delicate skin better than the standard line. This price point is considered a rare occurrence, as both of the biggest diaper brands are offering deep discounts at the exact same time at Costco. 38. Kirkland Diapers. Old packaging. Costco is quietly transitioning its entire Kirkland signature diaper line to a new name, Ultra Soft Diapers, with slight changes to the fit and the softness of the waistband. The inventory lots carrying the old item numbers are being marked with a .97 tag to clear the warehouse, which is why you see an unusual clearance price on this diaper line this week. In terms of the absorbent core's quality, the old model still performs just as well as before. A quick tip for next time. When you see a .97 tag at Costco, look up the item number on Google Images to see what the lowest previous sale price was. It takes 30 seconds but can help you avoid buying something that was actually cheaper just a few weeks ago. Costco is discounting 45 items this week, and there is one thing I haven't seen at this price point in years of tracking inventory. I'm going to lay it all out for you, including the things that look like deals but actually aren't. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. Ninja Creamy Deluxe 11-in-1 Ice Cream Maker. I have to be straight with you. It is incredibly rare for the Ninja Creamy Deluxe to show up on Costco's big member-only savings list. We're not talking about a minor few dollar markdown here. It's a straight $40 off, bringing it down to just $150, and it comes with 3 pints in the box. If you've been wanting to buy this machine but held off because of the price, this is exactly the moment. This machine makes everything from ice cream and sorbet to smoothie bowls and custom frozen treats. What sets it apart is its completely frozen to smooth processing workflow, keeping textures silky without the need for cumbersome attachments. Don't wait until the weekend to go check your store. This item will sell out fast, and I'm saying this from years of experience tracking Costco, not just talking for the sake of it. Next up are 2 floor care appliances for which I see a lot of people buying the wrong model, paying more than necessary, and still not getting what they actually need. 2. Shark Power Detect Robot Vacuum. The Shark Power Detect is not your average mid-range model. The device maps your entire home layout and divides it into individual zones controlled via your phone. What I appreciate most is its automatic dirt detection capability, boosting suction power and then doubling back to clean more if needed, especially useful for homes with pets or small kids. A $150 markdown down to $450 is a figure I rarely see in this segment. 3. Dyson V15. Detect Cordless Vacuum. It's down $220 to just $350, and I don't think Dyson will let this price stand for long. The V15 is their flagship model featuring a laser light that reveals invisible fine dust on hard floors, a sensor that displays real-time dust counts, and a comprehensive set of cleaner heads for every surface. A practical note. After a few years, some users have reported minor issues with the battery or the trigger. Not everyone, but enough for me to think that keeping your receipt safe and registering your Costco warranty immediately after buying is a step you shouldn't skip. 4. Philips Sonicare Electric Toothbrush. Coming in at $130 after a $40 discount, this Philips electric toothbrush set includes 2 complete handles, replacement brush heads, and a smart travel charging case. The point I want to emphasize is that charging case. Anyone who knows the retail price of buying a standalone Sonicare travel charging case on the market will instantly understand why this bundle is so worth the money. 5. Philips Sonicare Brilliant Clean Single. If you only need one for yourself and don't care for the travel charging case, this $55 version is the smarter choice. The brand kept the exact same Brilliant Clean technology, simply stripping away the accessories that many buyers end up tossing into a drawer. It comes in black and purple, and it looks quite sleek. 6. Philips Sonicare Replacement Brush Heads. An 8-pack for $45 after a $20 discount. Definitely worth buying if you are currently using a Sonicare. But an important warning before you head to the register. Some stores have a pricing error printed on the left side shelf tags this time around. Make sure to check the register screen at checkout to confirm the system correctly applied the $20 discount for a final price of $45. 7. Smoke and Carbon Monoxide, CO. Detector Combo Pack. CO gas is colorless, odorless, and offers absolutely no warning signs without a detector. This is a practical safety product for the whole family, and it's also a mandatory safety regulation in most states. The 10-year battery version is priced at $60. Just mount it, and you're done. No electrician needed, and no need to worry about losing power during a blackout. The internal battery runs continuously for a decade without needing a replacement, which I highly appreciate because routine battery replacement is something most people forget about until 3 a.m. 8. Outdoor Wall Sconce with built-in outlet. At first glance, it looks like a regular outdoor garden wall sconce, but what caught my attention is the built-in electrical outlet right on the fixture itself. During the year-end holiday season, instead of running tangled extension cords from inside the house, you can just plug your holiday string lights directly into it. At $30 after an $8 discount, I think this is an item you should grab right away rather than waiting. 9. 3-pack LED under cabinet light bars. There's a way to use this light set that I think few people consider when standing in the Costco aisle. Aside from mounting them under kitchen cabinets, these 3 bars wirelessly link with each other via a motion sensor. If you mount them at the base of the stairs or along a hallway, the lights will automatically turn on when you get up at night, significantly reducing the risk of trips and falls, especially for seniors in the house. This 3-pack with a remote is priced at $22 after a $6 discount. 10. Kirkland Signature Batteries. For those who frequently check price tags at Costco, this time you'll notice a small asterisk symbol in the top right corner of this product name card. This is a sign that Costco is about to change the packaging or move to a new product batch. The quality remains the same. Kirkland batteries used for standard household devices are still highly durable, and at $15 for a 48-pack, this is the right time to stock up on a pack before this batch runs out. 11. Lume Whole Body Deodorant. This set includes 2 full-size sticks and 1 travel-size stick, all completely aluminum-free. If you were to buy these individually retail at Target, a single stick is already $15, and the travel size is about another $10. Costco bundles all 3 together and sells them for $20. I don't even need to explain further why this is one of the best deals of the week because the numbers speak for themselves. Right after this is a group of skincare products where I see many people spending double or even triple the money elsewhere for the exact same thing. 12. Neutrogena Hydro Boost. This 2-pack of water gel cream containing hyaluronic acid is sitting at $22 after an $8 discount. And this is a noteworthy figure because a single jar retailing at regular beauty stores already costs nearly that same amount. The Hydro Boost line belongs to Neutrogena's gentlest product group. It is non-irritating, can be used both day and night, and is suitable for almost all skin types, including sensitive skin. 13. Cetaphil Moisturizing Products. Costco is offering a flat price of $15 for each 2-pack from 3 different Cetaphil lines, including the Moisturizing Cream Jar, the Pump Top Gentle Skin Cleanser, and the Pump Top Moisturizing Lotion. Essentially, this is equivalent to a buy-one-get-one free program compared to retail prices outside. This is a gentle, dermatologist-recommended brand that has been widely trusted for decades, and it's rare to have an opportunity to buy it this cheaply. 14. Sugar-Free Liquid IV. This sugar-free hydration line uses stevia instead of regular table sugar and comes in 2 flavors, white peach and lemon lime, with 15 packets of each flavor in the box. At $21 after an $8 discount, this is a summer hydration option that I particularly want to mention for anyone who is monitoring their daily sugar intake, especially for seniors. 15. Harry's Razors. This set includes 1 metal handle and 16 replacement cartridge blades, priced at $22 after an $8 discount. Harry's is a razor brand that is quite popular among men because the blade quality is good enough without hitting Gillette's sky-high price points. Even though the company has implemented slight price adjustments recently, the $8 discount at Costco still brings this set right back into clear, must-buy territory. 16. Supernature Shampoo and Conditioner. Supernature has appeared at Costco before and has built a certain loyal user base, so its return this time with an exact half-off discount down to $20 is great news for those who have been waiting. The formula for this line contains no sulfates, parabens, or artificial dyes, utilizing plant-based nutrients instead to cleanse the scalp without stripping the natural moisture of the hair strands. 17. Colgate Toothbrushes. Colgate manual toothbrushes aren't an item that appears regularly at Costco, so every time you see them on the shelves, it's worth picking up an extra pack. This time around, there are 2 options available, medium and soft bristles, and the 8-pack is currently discounted to $11. That's enough for the whole family to use comfortably for several months without having to think about buying more. 18. Soft Picks Dental Picks. If your dentist has ever mentioned using interdental picks instead of just regular dental floss, then soft picks are exactly what they are talking about. The soft silicone tips navigate into the spaces between teeth without putting pressure on the gums like regular wooden toothpicks do. Costco is selling the 180-count box for $10, which includes a free small plastic pocket case to take with you on the go. 19. Dove Sensitive Skin Beauty Bars. Dove Sensitive is not an unfamiliar name to anyone who has ever visited a dermatology clinic and been advised by a doctor to use a milder soap for dry or easily irritated skin. The formula of this line retains a portion of the skin's natural moisture after every shower instead of stripping it away like regular soap does. Costco currently has both the sensitive skin line and the traditional original line available, with the 16-bar box discounted to $14, which breaks down to less than $1 per bar. 20. Neutrogena Makeup Remover Wipes. A $4 markdown down to $15 is a good price. But before you head over to the shelf to grab one, I want to be completely upfront about one thing. This is not a product to be used as a replacement for your daily makeup removal routine. If used repeatedly every single day, the cleansing agents in wet wipes will gradually cause the skin to become dry. However, keeping a pack tucked away in your handbag for trips is incredibly convenient and perfectly appropriate. 21. Sugar-free Ring Pops. Who says adults aren't allowed to have a sweet tooth? Ring Pop just released a sugar-free version using stevia, and Costco is selling the bulk box for $16.50. It's not the deal of the decade, but if there's someone in your house monitoring their sugar intake who still needs something sweet once in a while to satisfy a craving, this is an option worth trying. There's one kitchen appliance on today's list that I think many people will find surprising because it does something that your ordinary air fryer simply cannot do. 22. Tramontina 3-piece ceramic fry pan set. Ceramic coatings are gradually replacing chemical non-stick coatings in many kitchens. And this Tramontina 3-pan set represents that trend at the most reasonable price point I have seen to date at Costco. It's safer for your health, eliminates worries about peeling over time like old Teflon coatings, and the 3 sizes are sufficient for every need. At $45 after a $12 discount, if anyone is thinking about replacing their pans, this is the time. 23. Ninja Crispy Toaster Oven and Air Fryer. Something many people tend to overlook with the Ninja Crispy is its ability to reheat fried food in a way that a microwave never could. Cold pizza, yesterday's fried chicken, leftover French fries, everything comes out of the oven crispy again instead of soggy and wet. The machine is compact, and the accompanying food containers come with airtight lids, allowing you to store them directly in the refrigerator without transferring them to another container. The price is $125, a rate Costco is keeping stable and significantly lower than many other retail stores. 24. Countertop Rapid Ice Maker. If your house frequently hosts guests, or you enjoy throwing backyard parties, this machine is worth serious consideration. Costco is taking $50 off, bringing it down to $200 for a model that produces up to 44 pounds of ice per day and features an illuminated interior storage compartment. No more relying on refrigerator ice trays or running out to the store to buy bags of ice every time guests come over. The machine makes ice continuously and significantly faster than traditional methods. Next up, there are a few items in the food section that you need to pay attention to because if you store them incorrectly right from the very first step, it's as good as throwing your money away. 25. Adel's Chicken Sausage. Adel's is a familiar sausage brand in many kitchens, and this chicken and apple flavor is one of their most popular options. The sausages come fully cooked. You just need to grill them on the BBQ to get that nice aroma, and they are ready to eat, making them incredibly convenient for this summer. The price is $10, and while the packaging may vary slightly depending on the store, the quality remains consistent. 26. Green Ridge Naturals Beef Sticks. Green Ridge Naturals. Beef sticks are not located on the regular shelves. They are in the refrigerated section and must be kept cold after purchase, which is something you need to know before heading out of the warehouse. Because they are made from all natural, naturally smoked beef, they stay soft and retain their juicy sweetness, which is completely different from ordinary beef jerky. At $14.40 for this amount of clean protein, it is well worth it. 27. Feta Crumbles. A 24-ounce tub of pre-crumbled feta cheese for just $4.40. It is hard to find a better price point at any other store for this volume of cheese. It is perfect for tossing into salads, making Greek pasta, or sprinkling over grilled dishes. For households that frequently cook Mediterranean-style food, this is a stock-up item that requires zero thought. 28. Siete Almond Flour Tortillas. Siete is well known among health-conscious eaters for its line of tortillas made from almond flour instead of wheat flour, which are gluten-free and fit many dietary restrictions. The product is located in the refrigerated section, and Costco tends to rotate sales on it every other month, so seeing it at $8.30 this week means it's time to pick up another pack. 29. Jimmy Dean Breakfast Sandwiches. A 12-count box of croissant sandwiches with egg and meat is sitting at $10.50. Each is individually wrapped, and a single minute in the microwave is all it takes to heat them. A noteworthy detail is that Jimmy Dean uses cage-free eggs for this specific line. It's a quick, nutritious breakfast option, convenient for busy mornings when you don't want to skip a meal. 30. Coconut Rolls. Crispy, lightly sweet, gluten-free, and completely dairy-free. Costco sells these for $5.90, which is more of a stable, everyday low price worth buying regularly, rather than a special temporary deal. It is perfect for those who are avoiding gluten or are lactose intolerant, but still want something light to snack on with afternoon tea or coffee without feeling bloated. 31. Nutella on the Go. A 16-pack bulk box for $11 after a $5 discount. Each pack comes with pre-packaged breadsticks for dipping, making it very convenient to toss into a bag or a kid's backpack. But there is one thing I need to point out bluntly. Nutella hazelnut chocolate spread melts very easily, and the oil will separate when exposed to high temperatures. Once you buy it, take it straight home or keep it in a cooler bag. 32. Tide Liquid Laundry Detergent. Tide Liquid needs no introduction, but this time around, the 170-ounce size is discounted by $5 down to $20, which is enough for 152 loads. If you walk down the center aisle, you'll see this is the most heavily hoarded item this week. And that's not by accident. 33. Tide Pods Ultra Oxy Laundry Detergent Packs. The difference between the Ultra Oxy line and regular pods lies in the built-in Oxy technology, a natural booster that lifts stubborn stains like grease, sauces, or sweat stains on shirt collars without needing extra chlorine bleach that damages fabric fibers. The 100-count tub is currently at $21 after a $5 discount. Just toss one pack into the washing drum and you're done. No measuring required. 34. Friskies Pate Cat Food. A 60-count variety pack of wet food for your pet at $34, which breaks down to less than 60 cents a can. If you buy them individually retail at a regular pet store, it's completely normal to see them priced at nearly 90 cents a can. Friskies Pate is highly palatable for almost all cat breeds, and a 60-can case is enough to stock up comfortably for the entire month. For households with more than one cat, this is pretty much a default pickup every time Costco has it in stock. 35. Kirkland Signature Freezer Slider Bags. The quart size comes in a 264-count box at $10, while the larger gallon size comes in a 192-count box at $11. Kirkland zipper bags boast superior thickness compared to many other brands in the same tier, which is especially critical when storing meat and fish in the freezer for long periods, as the plastic is thick enough to effectively prevent freezer burn. If your household frequently buys meat in bulk to portion out and freeze, this is an absolute must-have item in your pantry. 36. Scrub Mommy. An 8-count box for $12.50. I have used Scrub Mommy for years, and I'm recommending it here not because of the price, but because of its real-world durability. The coarse scrubbing side automatically adjusts its firmness based on the water temperature, while the spongy side generates lather. More importantly, it will not scratch your non-stick pans even when using the scrubbing side, something many other dish sponges fail to do. 37. Cottonelle Flushable Wipes. Before talking about the $12.40 price tag, I need to remind you bluntly, even though the packaging says flushable, meaning you can flush them down the toilet, the reality is that wet wipe materials decompose very slowly in water. According to the experience of many longtime plumbers, this is one of the most common causes of clogs in drainage systems, especially in older homes. It is best to throw them in the trash can after use. 38. Hefty Paper Plates. A 225-count pack of flat plates for $13 after a discount of over $4, arriving just in time for the backyard BBQ season. Hefty plates handle weight much better than cheap, thin paper plates, so you don't have to worry about them folding or soaking through with grease when holding heavy food. The quantity is enough to last the entire summer without worrying about running out halfway through. 39. Febreze Air Freshener Spray. Not a massive deal, but a good price point to refresh the scents in your home for the summer. Febreze actually eliminates odors instead of just masking them with a top layer of fragrance, a point where many cheap room sprays fall short. A 4-pack is sitting at $8 after a $2 discount, currently available in 2-cent bundles, Linen and Sky and Meadows and Rain. 40. Scotch Heavy Duty Shipping Packaging Tape. An 8-roll pack for $20 after a $6 discount. Scotch Heavy Duty sits in a higher tier than regular tape, and the difference lies in its adhesion strength and tensile holding power, the two most important factors when sealing heavy shipping boxes or moving houses. For anyone prepping to move or who frequently ships packages, this is a sensible time to stock up since it's currently on sale. 41. Green Made Storage Totes. If you frequently visit Costco, you have undoubtedly seen this yellow-lidded green-made plastic tote at least once. This has been one of the top-selling storage items at Costco for multiple consecutive years, and it's not by accident that many garages have up to a dozen of these stacked on top of each other. They support heavy weight, do not warp, and the handles won't snap even after years of use. This week, many stores are running them at a price of $7. 42. Pioneer All-in-One Speaker. Priced at $200 after a $50 discount, this Pioneer speaker system comes with a tripod stand and a wireless microphone included in the box. The size is large enough to pump out enough audio to cover a backyard gathering without needing to rent additional sound equipment. The included wireless microphone is a highly practical bonus that many speakers in this price range lack, and the $50 markdown makes it an option well worth considering. 43. Anchor Soundcore Speaker. Significantly more compact than the Pioneer, but it features something the Pioneer doesn't have, the ability to float on water. The speaker is completely waterproof. You can drop it into the pool and it will keep operating normally, making it a perfect fit for summer pool parties without the worry of accidentally dropping it in the water. The color-changing LED lights on both sides add a nice aesthetic touch to the garden ambiance at night. The price is $75 after a $25 discount. 44. Berkshire Down Alternative Blanket. There is a rare occurrence here that I want to mention first. Costco is displaying the twin size for $11, and this is a size that appears very infrequently at Costco, often selling out completely even before the larger sizes. The queen size sits at $15 and the king size at $19, and all three come with 3 different embossed pattern options. 45 Sealy pillows. A 2-pack of pillows for $14 for the standard/queen size, or $19 for the king size, discounted by $5 to $6. Before you head over to the shelf to grab them, there is one thing I want to make clear because the texture of these pillows leans heavily toward being soft and plush. If you are someone who prefers a firm pillow or needs specialized neck support due to spinal issues, should skip this line and look for a more suitable firm pillow. Costco has deals every week, but not every week has real deals. This week is one of the most worthwhile times to head out to the warehouse since the beginning of the year. Don't wait until the weekend, because some of these items will no longer be on the shelves. Not everything that looks delicious in the Costco freezer aisle deserves a spot in your home freezer. There are items that even longtime loyal fans are turning their backs on, and others that professional chefs quietly buy for themselves but will never admit to. Today, we are ranking 12 items straight up and telling the honest truth. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 12. Kirkland Signature Chicken Bakes. If you've ever stood at the Costco food court, biting into a piping hot chicken bake with its golden, crispy crust, gooey pulled cheese, and an aroma that fills the entire space, you'll immediately understand why the boxed freezer version looks so enticing. Its promise is simple yet convincing. The exact same item, the exact same flavor. Just pop it in the oven and you're good to go. But here is what actually happens when you open the box. After baking, the crust fails to achieve that airy, crispy food court texture. Instead, it usually yields one of 2 results. Either bone dry and stale, as if left out overnight, or so rubbery that you have to tug hard just to get a bite through. And if you think the filling inside will save the day, unfortunately, it won't. The chicken is bone dry and completely lacks its natural juiciness. The Caesar sauce carries a heavily artificial flavor instead of tasting fresh. And the cheese has pretty much vanished entirely. The whole texture creates a thick, choking sensation in a way that even a large glass of water can hardly wash down. On Costco discussion groups, the feedback on this item is alarmingly consistent. One member recalled buying a box hoping to save time waiting in the food court line for her grandkids. The result was, they took one bite and left it unfinished because the crust was as tough as a shoe sole, while the filling was overly salty and bone dry. That is not an isolated story, but an experience so common that it has become the default warning whenever someone in the group asks about this item. What's worse is that this item is by no means cheap. You are paying for food court expectations, but getting a mass-produced, industrialized version that has completely lost the soul of the original. This isn't a case of convenient but still decent, nor is it better than homemade. Even customers who used to buy this item repeatedly admit that their last time was truly their final time. 11. El Monterrey Chicken Taquitos. Many families choose these chicken taquitos for the simplest reason in the world. They are cheap and kids love them. And honestly, looking at the packaging, it doesn't look half bad. But El Monterrey is the clearest proof of that familiar saying every American knows by heart, you get what you pay for. The issue isn't the flavor because, frankly, there isn't enough flavor to even complain about. The issue lies in the ratio of shell to filling. About 80% of what you put in your mouth is a thick flour tortilla shell, while the chicken filling inside is so thin and faint that you have to really focus just to notice it. The texture never bakes evenly. One end turns out soggy and mushy, while the other end is as hard and undercooked as if it hadn't received enough heat. Even if you load it up with salsa, sour cream, or guacamole, the dish itself isn't saved. It's merely temporarily masked. Cashiers at many Costco warehouses also confirm that this is one of the most frequently returned frozen items, because customers complain that it tastes no different than chewing on cardboard. What I truly cannot overlook is how kids react to this item. Usually, children are the easiest to please when it comes to fried and rolled foods. Yet, El Monterrey achieves the rare feat of being rejected by that very easygoing crowd after the first few bites. When a food item is designed for kids and kids don't want to keep eating it, that's no longer a matter of preference. It's a fundamental quality issue. There is a frozen chicken brand that even the most loyal, longtime fans are gradually turning away from. And their reason is actually very easy to understand. 10. Tyson Chicken Strips. Costco is famous for its rotisserie chicken, which is of such high quality that many consider it the undisputed benchmark for retail frozen chicken. That makes the disappointment with Tyson Chicken Strips even more glaring, because when you are used to a high standard, a drop in quality is impossible to disguise. The texture is the first and biggest issue. The chicken pieces have an unusual elasticity when you bite into them, rubbery in a way that natural chicken meat never is. This is a pretty familiar sign of overusing binders and fillers instead of using actual whole muscle chicken breast. The breading on the outside is surprisingly bland, lacking enough crispiness to make up for the filling inside. Interestingly, Tyson is not an unknown brand. This is a name that many families have trusted for generations. That is exactly why the reaction from longtime loyal customers is so noteworthy. The phrase I see repeated the most on forums is, "Tyson has definitely changed their recipe. It never used to be this bad before." When even longtime loyal fans can no longer defend a product, that is when you should listen. You are paying a significant price for chicken-flavored protein sticks masquerading as a family meal, when for the exact same amount of money, you could do a whole lot better just by walking a few extra steps inside that very same warehouse. 9. Green and sunny pad thai. There is an unwritten rule in the world of frozen food that every industry insider knows. Dishes that require the subtlety of fresh spices and authentic cooking techniques almost never survive the industrialization process. Pad Thai is the prime example of that rule. Green and sunny Pad Thai has everything you would expect from a frozen box that looks serious. Nice packaging, eye-catching imagery, and a price tag that makes you think you are getting a deal. But when you open it, it's a completely different story. The sauce carries a heavily artificial sweet taste, almost as if someone mixed ketchup with brown sugar and decided to call it authentic Thai flavor. The deep savoriness of real fish sauce, the sharp tanginess of tamarind, and the fresh citrus aroma that are the soul of this dish are completely missing. The texture of the noodles does not escape the same fate. After microwaving according to the instructions, some parts end up mushy, other parts are hard and undercooked, and the entire block of noodles clumps together in a way that no amount of cooking oil can fix. The accompanying vegetables are soggy, and the protein is lackluster in both quality and quantity. One user who claims to be a Thai food addict left a 1-star review and said bluntly that this dish is an insult to the palate, possessing zero Asian flavor, only sweetness, and a strong chemical smell. I understand the appeal of convenience, especially on busy weeknights when no one wants to stand over the stove. But for the price of this box of Pad Thai, you could completely stop by a local authentic Thai joint near your house and get back a real dish, piping hot, properly flavored, and without leaving an artificial aftertaste in your mouth for the rest of the evening. This is convenience without quality, and that is the worst deal you can accept for your freezer. If you think a famous brand name is a guarantee for better quality at Costco, the next item on this list will change your mind. 8. Bibigo chicken and vegetable steamed dumplings. Bibigo is no stranger to anyone who frequently visits the Costco freezer aisle. This brand once built rock-solid trust thanks to its convenient steamed dumplings that took just 2 minutes in the microwave while still delivering a flavor good enough to be called decent after a long day. That is why many busy families considered it a reliable friend in their freezer. But recent cost-cutting measures have changed that in a way that longtime buyers notice the very first time they open the box. The wrapper recipe has been altered. It is now thinner and rips much easier than before, causing the sweet broth inside to leak out during the heating process instead of staying contained as originally designed. The chicken filling is over-minced, creating a mealy and mushy mouthfeel instead of the juicy textured bite that eaters are used to. And if you open the box only to find the accompanying dipping sauce packet missing, don't be surprised, because this quality control failure happens frequently enough to have become its own dedicated complaint topic on forums. The most disappointing part is that Bibigo can absolutely do better than this, and they used to. The decline of a brand that already had a good reputation is always a heavier letdown than a product that was terrible from the start, because you know exactly the standard it is supposed to meet. 7. Real Good Foods Entree. The name sounds appealing. Low carb, healthy alternative, diet friendly. And honestly, the idea behind this brand isn't bad at all. Burritos and enchiladas with shells made from chicken instead of flour, targeting customers who are trying to cut back on carbs but still want a convenient meal. It sounds convincing on paper. The problem is that reality is completely different. The epicenter of all criticism focuses on the cheese, which should have been the biggest selling point of this dish. Instead of being rich, creamy, and melting smoothly, the cheese here carries a strange, artificial sour taste and leaves an unpleasant aftertaste in your mouth that lingers long enough that you can't ignore it. Even the smell after cooking haunts the kitchen in a way that not many frozen meals do. The meat filling doesn't help matters either. Its texture is closer to textured vegetable protein than actual real beef or chicken, and no amount of sauce or seasoning can mask that. The healthy label on the packaging is sometimes used as an excuse to skip making the food actually taste good, and Real Good is a prime example of that trend. Eating a smaller portion of a real, traditional dish remains a much better option than trying to force this down thinking you are eating healthy. The next item isn't exactly among the worst, but there is a number on the nutrition facts label that, if you knew it, might make you put it right back down. 6. Kirkland's Signature Italian Sausage and Beef Lasagna. This is a name that many of us used to consider a true legend of the freezer aisle. A few years ago, the Kirkland brand lasagna consistently topped the rankings of frozen foods worth buying at Costco, and not without reason. It was huge, it was filling, and more importantly, it was delicious in a way that you didn't have to convince yourself to like. But the current version is a different story. The cost-cutting process has turned this dish into something that even its most loyal former fans find hard to defend. Each serving now packs 520 calories and 850 milligrams of sodium, numbers that are enough to make you pause and think before taking a second bite. But the issue lies not only in nutrition but also in texture. When baked, the cheese sauce separates, creating pools of grease pooling on the surface, while the noodle layers and sauce underneath become thick and gummy like glue instead of being soft, rich, and creamy like before. What is truly telling is that even kids who are usually obsessed with cheesy pasta often leave half of it on their plates. And if children are no longer excited about a cheesy pasta dish, that is a clear enough signal that you don't need further analysis. Kirkland has proven in the past that they know how to make this dish right. This recipe change has not only ruined the quality, but also broken the trust of the customers who have been loyal the longest. 5. Crazy Cuisine Mandarin Orange Chicken. Not every product worth reconsidering is on the list due to poor quality. Crazy Cuisine Mandarin. Orange chicken is genuinely delicious, but the cost of that deliciousness lies in an area few people notice before taking their first bite. Flavor-wise, there is no denying that this orange chicken does an excellent job. The sweet, fragrant sauce coats each piece of chicken perfectly, stimulating the palate in a way that both kids and adults find hard to resist and quickly satisfying a takeout craving without having to order delivery. The chicken quality is quite decent for the price point, and that is a real plus worth acknowledging. However, here is what you need to know before putting it in your cart. A single serving of this dish contains a whopping 21 grams of sugar, which is more than a can of Coca-Cola. That thick, cloyingly sweet sauce not only masks the taste of the chicken inside, but also pushes the sugar content of your meal to a level that many people don't realize until they feel tired and sluggish after eating. I'm not saying this is an item you shouldn't buy, but calling it a regular weeknight dinner requires a second thought. This is an occasional treat, not a solution for busy weeknights all week long. There is an item that has achieved cult classic status across Costco forums, but there is a hidden number on the nutrition facts label that few people pay attention to before taking their first bite. 4. Motor City Pizza Company. Ultimate Meat, Detroit-style pizza. If you've ever heard someone in a Costco shopping group call a frozen item a cult classic, this is the exact product they are talking about. Motor City Detroit-style pizza has a massive and loyal fan base that rivals any professional pizza chain, and honestly, that loyalty is not unfounded. The cheese melts perfectly all the way to the edges of the crust. The crust is authentic Detroit style with a crispy bottom and an airy, soft interior. And the meat toppings are of such high quality that you wouldn't think you were eating out of a freezer. This is one of the few frozen products that I genuinely don't hesitate to call delicious, meaning actually delicious, not just good for frozen food. But here is what you need to look dead in the eye before buying. Just a single 140-gram slice packs a staggering 960 milligrams of sodium, nearly half of the recommended daily intake, along with 22 grams of fat. Those numbers aren't a reason to avoid this item completely, but they are a reason to know exactly what you are putting into your body. Quite a few buyers have shared that after just one slice, they have to chug water continuously for the rest of the evening, and anyone watching their blood pressure should be especially careful with how frequently they consume it. Calling it a weekend cheat meal is fully well-deserved. Calling it your default dinner is a whole different story. There is a product coming up in the top 3 that professional chefs quietly buy for their homes but rarely admit to publicly. And their reason for doing so is actually very interesting. 3. Stouffer's Chicken Bacon Ranch Piadina. While most brands are struggling to maintain the quality of their frozen sandwiches, Stouffer's is quietly doing quite the opposite. Their chicken, bacon, and ranch Piadina line is not loudly advertised and had no grand launch, yet it is sweeping into shopping carts at Costco in a way that only a truly good product can. It's not because of advertising, but through word of mouth. What makes this item superior to most frozen sandwiches in the same segment lies in the flatbread crust. When heated in an oven or an air fryer, the edges achieve a light crispiness, while the center retains a warm, chewy, and fragrant texture without turning bone dry or hard at all. This is something very difficult to achieve through an industrial freezing process. The filling is a textbook combination of modern American cuisine, savory grilled chicken breast, crispy bacon, rich cheese, and refreshing herby ranch sauce, blending together in a ratio where no single ingredient overpowers the others. Employees at many Costco warehouses state that this is one of the items constantly being restocked and is rarely left on shelves after promotional sales. Middle-aged customers particularly love this item because it's clean, easy to eat, and offers the proper feel of a restaurant takeout lunch without ever having to leave the house. If you haven't tried it yet, consider this your first warning, and potentially your last, before the shelves go empty. 2. Kirkland's Signature Tempura Shrimp. It is no coincidence that the Kirkland signature brand tempura shrimp becomes the very first name mentioned whenever someone asks about frozen seafood worth buying at Costco. This is a rare product in the freezer aisle that professional chefs themselves quietly whisper to one another. Not because they are too lazy to cook, but because its quality genuinely holds up to restaurant standards. The tempura batter here is light, airy, and crispy, in a way that even many mid-tier Japanese restaurants struggle to achieve. It's not dense, it's not thick, and it doesn't soak up oil after frying. The shrimp inside is meticulously processed, sweet-fleshed, and completely leaves behind no fishy smell of long-term frozen seafood, a smell everyone knows and nobody wants to encounter when opening the box. That is why this product regularly appears on the shopping lists of people who know exactly what they are buying. What creates the real difference compared to other frozen shrimp products is the consistency. Whether you buy it in California or Connecticut, or cook it on a Tuesday or a Saturday, the resulting outcome remains consistent in the exact way the Kirkland brand is famous for. Just follow the instructions correctly, and you'll instantly have a properly flavored plate of tempura, with the calculated cost per serving significantly lower than ordering Japanese takeout to your house. This is the kind of deal where the more you use it, the more you see its value. The product topping today's list is not the biggest name brand at Costco, but in blind taste tests, it beats out items that cost 3 times as much. 1. La Boulangerie Ham and Swiss Pockets. Just one bite, and you will immediately understand why La Boulangerie Ham and Swiss Pockets claim this top spot. This is a product that many people seeing it on the shelves for the first time might completely pass over until someone in the family buys it and brings it home, and everything changes from that moment on. The pastry crust is what sets this item in a league of its own compared to the rest of the freezer aisle. It is buttery, flaky, and airy in a way that is reminiscent of a premium croissant at a morning cafe. Yet when baked, the structure of the pastry holds its shape instead of collapsing or turning soggy like most frozen pastries usually do. The contrast between the crispy outer crust and the warm filling inside creates an experience you wouldn't think a product from the freezer aisle could deliver. The ham filling features clearly defined cuts of meat, instead of the industrialized minced meat you typically find in similar products, while the Swiss cheese melts smoothly without separating into oil or leaving a greasy sensation. In blind taste tests, this dish consistently scores 9s and 10s, and quite a few people only realize after tasting it that this is a frozen item from Costco rather than a bakery-bought pastry. Its flavor can absolutely compete head-to-head with Starbucks baked goods, but the calculated cost per piece is just a small fraction of the price, enough for many families to decide that this is their default breakfast from then on. This is the product that proves a simple truth that not every brand can achieve. When you approach frozen food with an authentic culinary mindset instead of a cost-cutting mindset, the results speak for themselves. Costco has no shortage of good products. It's just that not everything that looks delicious is actually delicious. This list isn't meant to make you hesitant to shop, but rather to help you buy smarter, save more, and never have to be disappointed before dinner again. Costco has just made a series of changes that, if you don't know about them, mean you are likely overpaying thousands of dollars a year for the exact same things you buy every week. And that money will never find its way back into your wallet if no one tells you today. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. Rexton and Phillips hearing aids at Costco. If you or someone in your household has ever sat in an audiology clinic and nodded at a $4,600 price tag without knowing you had other options, that money is not the cost of the device inside the box, but rather the price of not being told beforehand. Costco partners directly with Rexton and Phillips, two top-tier brands in the global audiology industry, and offers devices priced from $1,499 to $1,699 for a complete current generation pair featuring Bluetooth connectivity, automatic sound adjustment for different environments, and direct smartphone compatibility. This is not leftover inventory, nor are these outdated models being cleared out at cheap prices. What makes that price difference of over $3,000 truly significant is what Costco bundles into that price while private clinics itemize separately. Comprehensive hearing tests, custom device calibration tailored to individual hearing levels, and all follow-up maintenance services are included at no extra cost. Meanwhile, at private clinics, each reprogramming session costs about an additional $150, and for first-time hearing aid users, those visits happen quite frequently during the first year, adding up to a substantial amount that many people fail to calculate when signing the initial invoice. Your hearing is taken care of at a much more reasonable price, but even the very item you are wearing on your face right now is being priced in a similar way that few people realize. 2. Prescription glasses at Costco Optical. 80% of the U.S. eyewear market belongs to a single conglomerate that owns LensCrafters, Sunglass Hut, and almost every frame brand you see in the mall. When one entity controls the entire supply chain from manufacturing to retail, the price you pay no longer reflects the cost of making those glasses, but rather what they can get away with charging when you don't have many places to compare. Costco Optical is not part of that ecosystem. For the same Ray-Ban or Oakley frame brands and the same quality of anti-glare and UV-blocking lenses, the total cost at Costco is about $180, including both lenses and frames, as of early 2026, whereas the exact same configuration at LensCrafters usually runs around $450 depending on the lens type. For people who wear bifocals or progressive lenses, that gap is even wider because this is precisely the type of lens that gets marked up the most at traditional chains. Progressive lenses at LensCrafters typically start at $200 just for the lenses without the frames, while at Costco, the entire complete package with the exact same type of lens rarely exceeds $220. What few people also know is that you do not need a Costco membership card to book an eye exam with an optometrist there. The vision exam costs up to $100, which is nearly half the price of a typical private eye clinic that charges up to $220. And once you have your prescription, you can absolutely buy your glasses right there without being held back or charged any extra fees. 3. Kirkland Vitamins and Supplements. Every year, Americans spend over $50 billion on vitamins and supplements, and the majority of that money does not go toward product quality, but rather into television advertising, eye-catching packaging, and display commissions at major pharmacies. This is the exact system that Costco has completely disrupted with its Kirkland Signature line, and the difference in your monthly bill is very real. Several lines of Kirkland vitamins are manufactured in the exact same factories as the brand names selling at CVS or Walgreens for 3 times the price. They have the same active ingredient potency and the same USP-verified testing standards, but without the marketing budget and without middleman distribution costs. That price difference does not disappear. It is simply returned to you instead of flowing into the brand's advertising budget. To give you concrete numbers, a 500-count bottle of Kirkland Calcium with vitamin D3 costs about $14 at Costco. The exact same potency and pill count from a well-known name brand at a pharmacy costs up to $45. For someone regularly supplementing 3 to 4 types of vitamins a day, such as omega-3, magnesium, B12, and CoQ10, the total savings in a single year can reach up to $600. Omega-3 is the reason you buy salmon, But how much omega-3 is actually left in that piece of fish after sitting in the distribution chain for 4 days is exactly what the next section will reveal to you in more detail. 4. Wild-caught salmon. The pink color of the salmon fillet in the display case does not tell you what you actually need to know. Before reaching your hands, that piece of fish has spent 3 to 5 days traveling through at least 2 to 3 transit points from the fishing grounds to the distributor, and then finally to the storefront. During that period, the natural omega-3 content in the fish meat begins to degrade, and the flesh texture gradually loses its elasticity, while the exterior still looks completely fresh and normal because color does not reflect that decline. Costco buys Alaskan wild-caught salmon directly from suppliers in massive quantities and rotates its inventory faster than any retail supermarket chain, shortening the time the fish sits in the transit chain down to 1 to 2 days instead of 4 to 5 days. A single 3-ounce serving from a fish that still retains its full natural oil content provides about 2 grams of omega-3, which is enough to meet the American Heart Association's weekly recommendation in just 2 meals. The price for certified wild-caught salmon at Costco ranges from $7 to $9 per pound when bought in bulk, compared to $12 to $14 per pound at conventional supermarkets for the exact same type of fish that has spent more days in transit. Buying in bulk once, cutting it at home into 5 to 6 ounce portions, wrapping each part individually and freezing them will preserve the quality of the fish for up to 3 months without it drying out or losing its flavor. This is far better than buying small individual pieces every week at a neighborhood supermarket, because those pieces have already lost a portion of their quality before they even reach your home. 5. Kirkland coffee roasted by Starbucks. Printed on the Kirkland coffee bags at Costco are 4 words that Starbucks certainly does not proactively mention in any of their advertising campaigns. Roasted by Starbucks. It is the exact same roasting process and the exact same quality control standards, but without the green logo on the packaging and without the operating costs of thousands of global stores factored into the price you pay. A Kirkland bag typically weighs between 2.5 and 3 pounds, which yields about 150 to 180 cups and is priced from $16 to $20 depending on the variety, bringing the cost per cup down to 33 cents. Meanwhile, a 12-ounce Starbucks bag at the supermarket yields about 35 cups for $14. That 12-cent gap, when multiplied by 2 cups a day for an entire year, adds up to over $87, simply from buying the exact same product somewhere else without changing a single thing in your morning routine. The 2 most popular Kirkland lines are the Espresso Blend and the Colombian Supreme, both of which are available as whole bean or pre-ground, depending on your brewing method. If you use a standard drip coffee maker, the pre-ground medium roast is the closest option to the flavor profile of the Starbucks house blend that many people are familiar with. All of this is openly printed right on the packaging, which most people fail to notice because no one expects a product that is nearly half the price to come from the exact same manufacturer. And that is not an exception at Costco. It is how they operate with almost everything on their shelves, including the bottle of olive oil for which 69% of U.S. buyers are paying for something that does not match what the label states. 6. Organic extra virgin olive oil. In 2011, a research team at the University of California, Davis, tested 186 samples of extra virgin olive oil sold at U.S. supermarkets and published results that made many consumers take a hard look at the bottle in their kitchen. Over 69% of the samples failed to meet the extra virgin standards stated on their labels. Some were diluted with cheap seed oils during the bottling process, while others had already oxidized during the long supply chain journey before hitting the shelves. This is not an issue with an individual brand, but rather the consequence of an imported distribution chain that changes hands too many times without strict enough quality control at each transit point. Costco imports directly from Mediterranean farms and has the California Olive Oil Council independently test the oil before putting it on the shelves, instead of relying on certifications from middleman suppliers. A 2-liter bottle of Kirkland Organic Extra Virgin Olive Oil meets USDA organic standards and is cold-pressed to international standards for up to $18. In contrast, the exact same certification standard at Whole Foods typically runs around $22 for a bottle of only 500 milliliters as of early 2026, which is 4 times the price for the same volume. The reason this matters for cardiovascular health is not just about perception. The pre-dimed study published in the New England Journal of Medicine, which tracked over 7,400 people for nearly 5 years, concluded that a diet containing high-quality extra virgin olive oil reduces the risk of major cardiovascular events by 30%. What creates that difference is the intact polyphenol content in oil that is properly pressed and stored, not the boutique label on the outside. 7. Avocado oil. Every time you pour sunflower oil or corn oil into a hot pan and see smoke start to rise, that is not a sign that the oil is hot enough for cooking, but rather a sign that the oil is exceeding its heat tolerance threshold and starting to create harmful compounds. Sunflower oil and corn oil have a smoke point of around 350 degrees Fahrenheit, a threshold that a typical home kitchen easily reaches when searing or frying over medium to high heat. Avocado oil has a smoke point of up to 520 degrees Fahrenheit, which is significantly higher than most common cooking oils, meaning you can stir-fry at high temperatures while the oil maintains its stable chemical structure. In addition, avocado oil is rich in oleic acid, the exact same type of monounsaturated fat found in olive oil, which supports the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins like vitamins D, E, and K that the body needs more of with each passing year. A study published in the journal Food Science and Nutrition in 2019 confirmed that avocado oil maintains a more stable nutritional content than most other vegetable oils after being heated at high temperatures. A 2-liter jug of Kirkland avocado oil at Costco costs about $13 to $15 as of early 2026, while the same volume at Whole Foods or Thrive Market typically ranges from $28 to $35. Furthermore, avocado oil is odorless and virtually colorless, so it does not alter the flavor of any dish, from morning eggs to evening pan-seared salmon. Your kitchen is now safer. And the next section covers an item in the refrigerator that many people are buying out of habit, but are actually paying for a less nutritious version of without even knowing it. 8. Kirkland Organic Greek Yogurt. Regular yogurt and Greek yogurt look similar on the store shelf but are two completely different products nutritionally in a way that not every label explains clearly. Greek yogurt is strained to remove the liquid whey, a process that concentrates the protein and significantly reduces the natural sugar content in the final product. A single 3/4 cup serving of plain Greek yogurt can provide up to 15 grams of protein compared to just 7 grams from regular yogurt of the same serving size, while the natural sugar content is nearly cut in half. Costco sells large tubs of plain Kirkland Organic Greek yogurt for about 11 cents per ounce, whereas small name-brand cups at conventional supermarkets range from 18 to 22 cents per ounce for the exact same organic standard. More importantly, this is the plain, unsweetened version, as most pre-flavored yogurt cups contain 10 to 14 grams of added sugar per serving, turning a health food into something closer to a dessert rather than a breakfast. For anyone needing daily protein to maintain muscle mass, support the digestive system with natural probiotics, and keep blood sugar levels stable, this is one of the highest nutrition-to-cost ratio foods in the entire list today. 9. Kirkland Low-Sodium Soup. Canned soup is one of the most convenient foods in the kitchen, and it is also one of the places where sodium hides the most without labels ever making it visually clear. A regular can of chicken noodle soup from popular brands contains 890 to 1,100 milligrams of sodium per serving, while one can is typically counted as 2 servings. The Kirkland Signature Low-Sodium Soup line at Costco is kept under 480 milligrams of sodium per serving, while still maintaining a rich flavor by increasing natural vegetables and spices instead of relying on salt for taste. The price when bought in large bulk cases at Costco brings the cost per can down to about 40 to 50 cents, compared to $1.80 to $2.20 for the same volume at conventional supermarkets, and is significantly lower than specialized low-sodium soup lines being sold at $3 to $4 per can at health food stores. If you are monitoring your blood pressure or have been advised by a doctor to reduce sodium in your diet, this is a practical solution for days when you don't want to stand at the stove. You have just seen what happens with pre-packaged items, and the fresh items in your refrigerator are facing that exact same issue, but without any labels for you to read and check. 10. Organic produce. The next time you pick up a bag of spinach at your local supermarket, look at the packing date. Chances are that bag of spinach left the farm 4 to 5 days before reaching your hands, passing through a regional distribution center, then a local warehouse, before finally hitting the shelf. During that period, the vitamin C and water-soluble micronutrients in the greens have already begun to degrade, and there is no label printed to tell you that. Costco sells a larger volume than any supermarket in their region every day. And that exact volume is what shortens the time produce sits in warehouses down to 1 to 2 days instead of 4 to 5 days. The bunch of kale or bag of strawberries you buy at Costco and at your local supermarket might come from the exact same farm in California, but one of the two has sat in the transit chain significantly longer before reaching your hands. And if you are thinking that organic produce is fresher and therefore definitely more expensive, this is where Costco does what Whole Foods or Sprouts can never do. Organic produce at Costco is up to 35% cheaper than those two chains for the exact same product. That gap is clearest in items on the Environmental Working Group's Dirty Dozen list, such as strawberries, spinach, cherry tomatoes, and blueberries. Items where the thin skin is not enough to prevent pesticides from soaking inside if you do not choose the organic version. 11. Kirkland Memory Foam Mattress. Walk into any mattress showroom in the US, and you will have a sales consultant guide you through each mattress, explaining why the $800 one is not good enough for your spine, and somehow you leave with a $1,800 invoice while not being entirely sure what you just paid for. Most of that money does not go into the quality of the foam or the fabric cover, but rather into showroom rent, sales commissions, and the brand's television advertising budget. However, the Kirkland Signature Mattress at Costco has earned the CertiPure US certification, the exact same independent testing standard that Tempur-Pedic and Purple use to certify their premium product lines, confirming the foam contains no formaldehyde, heavy metals, or toxic volatile organic compounds. The price is about $500 for a queen size, and it comes with a 10-year warranty with no additional registration required. If you are waking up every morning feeling like your back has not truly rested, that price difference of over $1,000 compared to a showroom is not just money saved but proof that you are paying for the exact thing that makes a difference instead of paying for everything surrounding it. And if you are thinking protein bars sound like something just for young gym goers, the next section will change the way you think about that. 12. Kirkland Protein Bars. That unusual feeling of fatigue in the mid-morning or early afternoon without a clear cause actually has a very specific reason. When breakfast is just a cup of coffee or a few slices of bread, blood sugar spikes quickly and then drops within 2 to 3 hours, and a body at an age where insulin regulation has slowed down will feel that crash much more acutely than a younger person. A 20-count box of Kirkland Signature Protein Bars at Costco costs about $19, making each bar under $1 while providing 21 grams of protein and 7 grams of fiber with only 1 to 2 grams of sugar. Compared to name-brand protein bars selling for $2.50 to $3.50 per individual bar at CVS or Target, while containing 8 to 12 grams of sugar, the difference is not just in the price but in what you are actually putting into your body. The size fits right into a pocket, requires no refrigeration, and does not crumble when carried around all day. For someone with an unpredictable schedule or who frequently forgets to eat on time, this is something to toss into a bag once in the morning and not have to think about again until the body needs it. You have just heard about the item that keeps your energy stable all day. And the next section is about something for which Costco spent $450 million just to keep its price unchanged for over 20 years. 13. Rotisserie chicken. In 2009, when market chicken prices began to rise and supermarket chains adjusted their rotisserie chicken prices to $7 up to $9 one after another, Costco made a decision that no other retailer dared to consider. Instead of following the market, they poured $450 million into building their own poultry farming and processing facility in Nebraska under the name Lincoln Premium Poultry, controlling the entire supply chain from egg to finished product without relying on any external suppliers. That is the sole reason the $4.99 rotisserie chicken still exists as of 2026, while whole raw chickens at conventional supermarkets have gone up to $8 or even $12. The Nebraska facility processes about 2 million chickens per week, and each rotisserie chicken at Costco weighs at least 3 pounds, which is about 1 pound heavier than the rotisserie chickens at chains selling for the same price or higher. In 2025, Costco switched from rigid plastic containers to flexible plastic bags to cut packaging costs. The chicken quality remains unchanged, but this is a detail worth knowing if you are accustomed to the old packaging and wonder why it looks different. A $4.99 chicken in the hands of someone who knows how to use it can become Monday night salad, Tuesday lunch's soup, and Wednesday sandwich without having to stand over the stove for more than 15 minutes for any of those meals. 14. Kirkland Adult Care Products. No Costco advertisements mention this product, and most shopping videos skip past it. But for anyone who needs it or is caring for aging parents, this is one of the most practical reasons to maintain a Costco membership every year. When bought retail at CVS or Walgreens, a small pack of 20 to 24 pads costs between $12 and $15, which is equivalent to about 60 to 70 cents per pad. A large Kirkland Signature bulk box at Costco brings that number down to 30 to 35 cents per pad for the exact same size. And for regular users, that difference accumulates to $400 up to $600 a year without changing anything else except where you shop. Kirkland Signature uses a non-woven fabric layer that is significantly softer than mainstream brands in the same price tier. The absorbent core is engineered to reduce rustling noise when moving, and the liquid lock system prevents leaks better than budget lines at pharmacies. For the user, those technical details are not just specifications on the packaging, but a noticeable difference in daily life, creating a level of comfort and confidence that no price tag can fully measure. Buying in bulk. Once a month at Costco also means no more urgent midweek pharmacy trips just because you ran out of stock. A small detail, but one that makes a real difference in the weekly schedule of the entire family. Those 14 items just now are not a shopping list, but rather the money that is leaving your wallet every month unnecessarily. Visit Costco just once with this list in hand, and you will see that the amount saved in the first year is enough to pay for your entire membership fee with a significant amount left over. Don't rush to renew your Costco membership just to stand in line for a bulk pack of toilet paper or a $4.99 rotisserie chicken. The retail giant quietly changed the rules of the game this year, and if you don't know how to force this card to literally print money back into your wallet, you're the one losing out. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. Food court lockdown. Costco just rolled out a new policy that is causing a massive backlash on social media. From now on, you must scan your membership card before placing an order at the food court. No card, no food. Period. For decades, the food court was an area where anyone could walk in and grab a $1.50 hot dog combo without having to prove a thing. Neighbors would drop by for lunch together, and many people who never even owned a Costco card ate here regularly every single week. That era is officially over. But if you are a member, this is actually good news. Shorter lines, less crowding, and for executive card holders, every food court receipt now earns a 2% cashback reward. That $1.50 price tag hasn't changed since 1985. 41 years. Gas prices have gone up, housing prices have gone up. The price of everything in America has gone up except for this combo. The reason is very simple yet incredibly genius. Costco accepts taking a loss on every combo sold because its sole purpose is to drive foot traffic into the warehouse. Once you're inside, what happens? You walk past the TV section, you notice some cookware sets on sale, and you end up leaving with a heavy cart full of items you had absolutely no intention of buying when you walked in. And when executives once suggested raising the price of the combo, co-founder Jim Sinegal looked the current CEO dead in the eye and said something that later became the most famous legend in the American retail industry. He said, "If you raise the effing hot dog, I will kill you." He wasn't joking. He wasn't speaking metaphorically, and that price remains unchanged to this day. But there are perks at Costco that you can enjoy even without a membership card, and most people have no idea they exist. 2. The legal loophole at the pharmacy and optical department. A lot of people waste $65 every year on a Costco membership just because they need to go to the pharmacy to pick up a few prescriptions. That is a complete waste of money because, under federal regulations, Costco does not have the right to block you at the door if you are coming to use the pharmacy. How to do it is very simple. When you get to the door, tell the security guard that you are going to the pharmacy. They will let you pass. No card is needed, and no further explanation is required. Prescription drugs at Costco are often up to 50% cheaper than at CVS or Walgreens because Costco caps its markup on prescription medications at just 15% above the original cost, whereas other pharmacy chains have no ceiling at all. The optical department is similar. The optometrists at Costco operate independently and are not part of the membership system. You can walk in for an eye exam at a cost of $80 to $100, compared to $200 or more at private clinics outside. Flu shots are also free for non-members. And here is a tip that few people think of. You can absolutely get an eye exam at Costco to get your lens prescription, and then take that prescription to order glasses online on outside websites for a much cheaper price. Costco only requires a membership card when you purchase frames and lenses at their counter, but the prescription is yours, and you have the right to use it anywhere. For anyone considering whether or not to buy a Costco membership, take advantage of these services first to judge for yourself whether the savings are worth becoming an official member. But there is one specific item that they lose $40 million on every single year, and you have almost certainly bought it. 3. The $4.99 rotisserie chicken tactics. The $4.99 rotisserie chicken at Costco weighs at least 3 pounds. If you buy an equivalent chicken at any other supermarket, the lowest price would be $7 to $9. So why does Costco sell it so cheaply? Because that chicken is not the product. That chicken is the bait. Costco loses $30 million to $40 million every year on this rotisserie chicken alone. They know they are taking a loss. They calculated the loss, and they still continue to sell it at that price because it works too well. Have you noticed where the chickens are placed? Always in the absolute back corner, the furthest away from the entrance. Never in the middle. Never near the main aisles. To get to the chicken, you have to walk past the big screen TV section, through the clothing section, through the housewares section, and through the dry foods section, and only then do you reach the fresh food section. And along that path, the average Costco customer spends 40 minutes in the store, which is double the time spent at a regular supermarket. Those 40 minutes are 40 minutes where you see dozens of things you had no intention of buying when you walked in. Costco even built a whole $450 million poultry processing plant in Nebraska just to control the entire supply chain from egg to rotisserie counter, ensuring that the chicken's price never goes up. But if you know this game, you can play it in reverse. Longtime Costco shoppers call this the chicken rescue mission. Go straight to the back of the store, grab the chicken, turn around, and head straight to the checkout counter. Don't look sideways. Don't stop. And if you are truly disciplined, a $4.99 chicken can become the ingredients for 3 to 4 meals. Shred the meat for a salad for 1 meal, make soup from the bones for another meal, and make sandwiches for 1 more meal. That is how you turn Costco's trap into your advantage. 4. The secrets of the Kirkland Signature Private Label. Every time you reach for a famous brand name bottle of olive oil instead of the Kirkland bottle right next to it, what are you paying an extra 30% to 50% for? For the label, for those TV commercials, for slightly prettier packaging, not for the quality. The essence of Kirkland Signature is this. Costco contracts directly with the biggest manufacturers in the industry. The very same factories that produce the brand name products you have been used to using your whole life. Kirkland coffee is roasted by Starbucks. Kirkland batteries are manufactured by Duracell. Kirkland diapers come from the exact same production lines as Huggies diapers. But because they don't spend money on advertising, don't pay middleman fees, and don't maintain a marketing team, the price of the finished product drops significantly. And Costco does not allow any manufacturer to disclose this relationship. The confidentiality agreements are extremely strict. Factory employees have been fired just for a slip of the tongue suggesting that the Kirkland product and the original brand name product come from the same place. The Kirkland line alone generates over $60 billion in revenue every year. That figure is larger than the revenue of many companies on the Fortune 500 list. All from products that many people still think of as cheap knockoffs. If you have never tried Kirkland, start with the olive oil or the coffee. Those are 2 products that have won blind taste tests against bottles that cost 3 times as much. You won't go back to your old brands. Kirkland helps you save money every time you buy. But there is a rule at Costco that, if you know it, you can even get money back on items you have already finished purchasing. 5. The power of double markdown price adjustments. Costco employees will never proactively call you to let you know that the vacuum cleaner you bought last week is now $50 off. They are under no obligation to do so. However, your membership card gives you the right to go back and claim that difference. Costco's policy explicitly states that if an item you already purchased goes on sale within 30 days of your purchase date, you can bring your receipt to the customer service desk to get a refund for the difference. No need to return the item. No need to buy it again. Even if you no longer have the receipt, you just need to hand your membership card to the employee to scan, and they can pull up your entire purchase history. The best part is when you understand the rhythm of Costco's markdowns. Major sales usually run on a 3 to 4 week cycle and almost always start on a Wednesday. If you just bought a big-ticket item last weekend, make it a habit to stop by the service desk on the following Wednesday or Thursday to check. Many people have pocketed anywhere from $20 to $100 back with just a single tap of their card, without even knowing the item had gone on sale. For those who frequently buy electronics, mattresses, or robot vacuums at Costco, this is a habit you should maintain. You lose nothing, but you can claw back a decent chunk of money. 6. The infinite return policy. There is a story circulating in the Costco community that sounds completely made up to anyone who hears it. A customer returned a Christmas tree in January because it died. Costco refunded the money. Another person returned a mattress they had slept on for nearly 10 years. Costco still refunded the money. It sounds crazy, but Costco's return policy truly works that way. Except for major electronics and appliances, which have a 90-day window, and diamonds, which have a 48-hour limit, almost everything else can be returned with no time limit. Clothes that don't fit anymore after being worn for a few months, a furniture set bought for the living room that doesn't match, food that has been opened and sampled but you didn't like. All of it is accepted back. You don't need to keep the receipt either. Costco's system stores your entire transaction history under your membership card number, so just bringing the product to the service desk is enough. Of course, Costco is not naive. They track accounts and have revoked memberships of people who abuse this policy like a free rental service. Buying a camera to shoot a child's wedding and then returning it on Monday. Do that a few times and Costco will catch on. But for the average shopper, this policy makes every transaction at Costco virtually risk-free. Not sure if that blender is any good? Just buy it and try it out. If you don't like it, bring it back. It's that simple. But what I'm about to tell you next is something almost nobody knows, and it directly impacts your health. 7. The forgotten hearing insurance. Walk into any private clinic and ask for the price of a pair of hearing aids, and you will hear numbers ranging from $3,000 to $8,000. Some places are even higher, and that's before factoring in the fees for hearing tests, calibrations, and follow-up visits. Every time you go back for an adjustment, it's another fee. Many people ultimately choose to just live with hearing loss instead of shelling out that kind of money for a device the size of a finger. Costco sells the exact same premium lines from Jabra, Philips, and Sennheiser that those clinics are selling, but for $960 to $1,500 a pair. And that's not all. Free hearing tests, free calibrations, a 6-month return warranty, and if you happen to lose or damage them within the first 2 years, they will replace them once for free. There is another reason that rarely gets mentioned but is extremely important. Costco Hearing Aid Center staff do not work on sales commissions. At outside clinics, the person advising you is the exact same person who pockets a percentage when you buy more expensive gear. At Costco, they don't. They are paid a fixed salary, so their advice is usually much more objective. If the $960 model is right for you, they will tell you straight up instead of trying to push you into the $1,500 one. 8. Home renovations through Costco, getting thousands of dollars back. Replacing a roof, installing a new HVAC system, remodeling kitchen cabinets. Anyone who owns a home in the US will eventually face these expenses, and each time usually means $5,000 to $15,000 disappearing in a matter of days. The most worrisome part is not just the money, but that you don't know whether the contractor you just called is overcharging you by 1.5 times. Very few members know that Costco runs a program called Home Services, where they partner with local contractors who have been thoroughly vetted for both licensing and insurance. When you sign a service contract through Costco, you get 2 things that you would never get by calling an outside technician. First, the contractors have been carefully screened, so the risk of poor workmanship or getting ripped off is significantly reduced. Second, Costco sends you back 10% to 15% of the contract value in the form of a Costco shop card. A new heating and air conditioning system costs around $10,000. Book it through Costco, and you get back a shop card worth $1,000 to $1,500. That amount is enough for your family to buy groceries at Costco for an entire quarter without spending another dime out of pocket. Executive members also get to stack an additional 2% year-end cashback reward on top of that contract value. The next time your house needs any major repairs, before opening Yelp or asking neighbors for technician recommendations, go to Costco.com and check the home services section first. Heating systems, roofs, kitchen cabinets, and even garage doors are all on the list. 9. The Costco Travel Portal, the Expedia Killer. Hidden deep within the Costco.com website is a hotel, rental car, and vacation package booking system that most members have never even touched. It's Costco Travel. And the reason you should check it before any trip is very simple. Prices on Costco Travel are all-inclusive. Taxes, resort fees, Wi-Fi fees, and hidden fees, they are all included. There are no tiny print surprises popping up at checkout that jack up the total by $50 to $80 like Expedia or Booking.com often does. In addition to transparent pricing, Costco Travel frequently features deals like stay 5 nights, pay for 4, along with a Costco shop card worth up to $400 sent to your email after the trip. You can use that card for your Costco grocery run the following month, meaning the vacation you just finished directly subsidizes your family's meals for the next few weeks. Renting a car through Costco Travel also comes with an advantage that few other sites offer. The additional driver fee is usually waived, saving an extra $10 to $15 per day for families who want to split the driving on long road trips. Other car rental sites charge separately for this, and many people only find out when they arrive at the counter to pick up the car. If you hold an executive membership, the 2% cashback reward also applies to travel expenses booked through here. A $3,000 family trip means $60 cashback at the end of the year, plus a $300 to $400 shop card right after the trip. Add it all up, and Costco is practically paying you to go on vacation. Everything I just said is only running at half capacity if you are missing one factor. That factor lies within the card that most members are still hesitant to upgrade to. 10. The executive card math. Many members look at the $130 fee for the executive membership compared to the $65 fee for the Gold Star membership and think, double the money? That must only be for big spenders. That logic is completely reasonable, but it's wrong. The math is very simple. If your family spends $250 a month at Costco, your 2% year-end cashback reward will be around $60, which almost covers the $65 price difference between the two membership tiers. Spend $500 a month and that cashback reward jumps to $120, making the executive card upgrade practically free at that point. And if, at the end of the year, your 2% reward still doesn't cover that $65 difference, Costco will refund you the exact amount of the shortage. You lose nothing by upgrading. This is a form of reverse insurance that no other retailer in America dares to offer. In 2026, Costco even added new perks for executive members. Early store access 1 hour earlier on weekdays and 30 minutes earlier on weekends, exactly when the clearance items and the best seasonal goods are still fully stocked on the shelves. Plus, you get a $10 credit every month for same-day delivery orders over $150, which amounts to $120 in credits per year from this perk alone. If you currently hold a Gold Star membership and consistently stop by Costco every month, upgrading to executive is not a question of should I, but rather, why haven't I done it yet? There is a way that a small number of Costco members are quietly using to pull in $800 to $1,500 every year without spending a single extra dime. They don't talk much about it, but I will. 11. Doubling perks for family members. A lot of families are paying $65 every year to buy a separate Gold Star membership for a spouse, partner, or adult child. That expense is completely unnecessary because every Costco account comes with a free household card that most members either don't know about or misunderstand the requirements for. The rule is very brief. The secondary cardholder must be 18 years of age or older and must share the same residential address as the primary cardholder. When you go to the membership desk, the employee will cross-reference the address on the driver's license or state ID of both individuals. If they don't match, it is rejected immediately with no exceptions. But if you know the rules of the game beforehand, you can plan accordingly. Is your child about to turn 18 and head off to college? Take them to the membership desk to get the secondary card before they move out, while the address on their ID still matches your house. That card will follow your child to another state, and they can use it to shop at Costco normally without any obstacles. For a spouse or a relative who just moved in with you, Update the address on the ID through the DMV website before heading out to Costco to get the card, avoiding a rejection at the desk. And here is the most noteworthy part for anyone holding an executive membership. All spending from the secondary card is pooled into the total sales volume of the primary account. Every time the secondary card holder pays at Costco, their shopping cart is pushing you closer to the maximum 2% cashback reward milestone of $1,250 per year. A free card that not only cuts $65 in redundant costs, but also accelerates the cashback rewards for the entire family. 12. Stacking 4 layers of rewards at the same time. Most Costco members use their card just to walk through the door, buy their items, and go home. That is a single layer of savings. People who truly maximize Costco do not stop there. The first layer is the executive membership with a 2% cashback reward on all Costco transactions, plus the early store access privilege to pick through clearance items before the crowds arrive. The second layer is the Citi Costco Visa credit card. This card adds an extra 2% back at Costco, bringing the total to 4% back when combined with the executive membership. Pumping gas at Costco gas stations gets you 4% back. Dining at restaurants and booking travel gets you 3% back. There is no annual fee as long as you maintain your membership. The third layer comes from Costco Travel and Home Services. Book a vacation and receive a $300 to $400 shop card after the trip. Sign a contract for home renovations and get back 10% to 15% of the contract value in a shop card. Then, use those exact cards to go back to Costco and buy groceries for your family without spending any additional money out of pocket. The fourth layer is the service centers. Buying a hearing aid at Costco instead of an outside clinic saves you $2,000 to $5,000. Getting an eye exam costs $80 instead of $200. Buying prescription drugs is up to 50% cheaper than at CVS. Each amount sounds individual, but when stacked together over the whole year, the figure reaches thousands of dollars. These 4 layers run parallel to each other and do not cancel each other out. A family with an average spending level at Costco can completely pull in anywhere from $800 to $1,500 every year just by reorganizing their habits, not by spending more money. Don't just be a casual customer who hands over an annual fee. When you combine cashback cards, the 30-day price adjustment tool, and hidden services like home maintenance, your membership card will pay for itself. This new wave of product arrivals at Costco is a golden opportunity to upgrade your living space and liberate yourself from kitchen chores at unbeatable prices. And if you're even a week late, they might already be gone. From kitchen appliances and patio gear to wellness essentials, warehouse prices are currently hundreds of dollars below market value. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. Tineco Floor 1 S5 Smart Cordless Wet Dry Vacuum. Costco just put the exclusive blue edition of the Tineco S5 on its shelves. It comes bundled with 2 bottles of specialized cleaning solution and 2 replacement brush rollers. Extras you won't get on Amazon or Best Buy, even if you pay more. This machine tackles 3 tasks in a single pass: dry vacuuming, wet mopping, and self-cleaning the brush roller once you place it on the dock. Your hands never have to touch a dirty mop pad. Anyone currently using a Swiffer and constantly replacing pads month after month will immediately see the value here, as it completely breaks that costly cycle. The warehouse price is $219.99, while the exact same model on Amazon is running nearly $350 without any of the bonus accessories. That $130 price difference, plus the bundle of freebies, makes this one of the biggest price gaps between Costco and Amazon I've seen this round. The Blue Edition is a warehouse exclusive, so if you see it on the shelves, don't wait until next week to come back for it. 2. Koho 55-quart Ice Chest Cooler. If you've ever looked at the price of a Yeti cooler and wondered why a cold storage box costs as much as a TV, Koho just answered that question for you. At 1/3 of the price of a Yeti, it keeps ice frozen for 5 consecutive days under the summer sun. What sets this cooler completely apart from those flimsy $20 plastic ice chests you always see at Walmart is its pair of oversized molded rubber all-terrain wheels and the V-shaped pull handle. You can pull it through sand, roll it across bumpy grass, and haul it up and down hills without needing anyone to help lift it. For families who love camping, going to the beach, or simply hosting backyard BBQs, $79.99 for this cooler is a 10-year investment. This next new product could completely eliminate a fixed recurring expense your family pays every single month. 3. Kohler Aquifer Undersink Water Filtration System. Kohler just rolled out the Aquifer system that installs neatly under your sink. It utilizes a 3-stage carbon fiber filtration technology to remove 99% of bacteria, microplastics, and lead while preserving natural minerals. The Costco version also comes with an auxiliary stainless steel faucet and a year's supply of replacement filters, 2 items that would cost nearly half the price of the system if purchased separately elsewhere. It's just a one-time cost of $119.99. No more lugging heavy cases of bottled water from your car into the house every week, and no more constantly replacing Brita filters only to have the water trickle out. Considering the $15 to $20 you're currently spending on bottled water each month, this system will pay for itself in less than half a year. 4. Dyson Purifier Cool Gen 1 Purifying Tower Fan. Dyson is never cheap. Everyone knows that. However, this Gen 1 version was manufactured by Dyson specifically for wholesale clubs, and Costco is selling it for $299.99, whereas appliance stores on the high street are still holding prices above $400 for equivalent models. This device is not just a fan. The medical-grade HEPA filter inside removes 99.97% of fine dust and pollen, 2 things that turn summer into absolute misery for anyone with allergies or asthma. It runs so quietly that you can place it right by your bedside without being woken up in the middle of the night. For families running the AC all night just because they dread the heat, adding a tower fan to circulate the cool air will prevent the AC unit from having to work overtime. Your summer electric bill will be noticeably lighter, and the bedroom air will be much cleaner than running the air conditioner alone. 5. Theragun Relief Handheld Percussive Massager. Therabody has also just launched the new Relief version with an accessory bundle that you cannot buy anywhere else, including 3 specialized massage attachments for the neck and lower back, along with a premium carrying case. Outside, whether it's Best Buy or Therabody's own website, this line of massagers almost never goes on sale and doesn't include any free gifts. The difference between the Relief version and the more expensive Theragun lines lies in the ergonomic triangular handle that Therabody designed specifically for solo use. You can reach the mid-back, back of the shoulders, and lower back without twisting your body or asking anyone to hold the device for you. The device is ultra lightweight, so your hand won't get tired even after holding it for a long time, making it perfect for anyone who frequently suffers from muscle stiffness after gardening or driving long distances. The price at Costco is $149.99 for the authentic device with the exclusive accessory bundle. For anyone looking for a Father's Day gift, this is an option that is hard to pass up because Theragun rarely has a better deal than this. The next product will solve the biggest nightmare that anyone using an air fryer encounters. 6. Anova Precision Oven Steam Air Fryer. Air fryers are a great invention until you fry chicken breast for the 3rd time and realize the outside is crispy, but the inside is dry as paper. Reheating leftovers is even worse. Yesterday's pizza slice comes out of the air fryer as hard as a cracker. Anova solves exactly that pain point by adding a separate water tank to the air fryer. During the first few minutes, high-pressure steam injects a mist to keep the inside of the food juicy. After that, the convection heat system activates to crisp up the outer layer. The result is a crunchy exterior while the interior remains tender and moist. The 7-quart capacity is plenty for a family of 4 or more. The water tank is detachable, making it very easy to clean. The price at Costco is $179.99, nearly $70 cheaper than ordering directly from the Anova website. If your family uses an air fryer daily but is still not satisfied with the results, this is the most worthwhile upgrade under the $200 price point. 7. Braun Series 9 Sport Plus Electric Shaver. Costco has just cleared out the old $250 shaver line to replace it with this new Sport Plus line for just $199.99. A straight $50 discount right at launch is very rare for Braun at Costco. This is a product line that once won an award from Men's Health magazine. It handles both wet and dry shaves, so you can use it in the bathroom or while sitting on the sofa. The battery runs continuously for 60 minutes on a full charge, and if you forgot to charge it the night before, the 5-minute quick charge mode is still enough for a clean shave in the morning. 8. Globe Electric Outdoor Sconce with built-in outlet. Many older homes share a common struggle that few people talk about. The front porch and backyard areas have almost no outdoor electrical outlets. Every holiday season, if you want to hang decorative lights, you have to run extension cords from inside the house. If you want to charge a lawnmower or plug in a fan on the porch, you have to drill into the wall to run wires. Globe solves this neatly by integrating an electrical outlet right onto the body of the wall-mounted light. The light comes with a built-in dusk-to-dawn sensor that automatically turns on when it gets dark and turns off when it gets bright, so you don't have to remember to flip the switch every night. At $39.99, it includes both the light and the outlet. No electrician needed, no extra holes to drill. Early buyers are rating this product very highly, and I understand why. 9. Coda Solar Faux Rock LED Pathway Lights. If you are paying the electric bill for those old wired garden lights, this light set will completely cut that expense. Coda has completely upgraded this new version compared to the previous generation. The brightness is pushed up to 80 lumens per light. The tempered glass lens can withstand lawnmower wheels rolling over it, and the new generation solar battery keeps it illuminated continuously for 10 hours every night. The 4-pack is priced at $29.99, and each light is molded into a natural rock shape so that during the day it blends right into the lawn. When night comes, the backyard pathway lights up automatically without you having to run wires, install switches, or remember to turn it on and off. Just stake it into the ground and forget it. The sun takes care of the rest. If you are buying individual juices at Kroger or Target, the price difference of this next product might make you a bit upset. 10. Palm Wonderful Organic Pomegranate Juice. Anyone who is drinking pomegranate juice every day to support cardiovascular health and stabilize blood pressure should know that Costco just got a 2-pack of large Palm. Wonderful bottles are located in the main aisle cooler section. It is easy to walk right past and miss if you aren't paying attention because it just hit the shelves. This is 100% pure organic pomegranate juice with no added water, no preservatives, and no sugar. Many types of pomegranate juice sold in stores say pomegranate juice on the label, but are actually diluted with apple juice or grape juice to make them cheaper. Palm. Wonderful does not do that. There is only pomegranate and more pomegranate in the bottle. It is $12.49 for the pair of large bottles. Buy it once and use it all week for the whole family. 11. Ninja Foodie Power Blender Ultimate System. How many blenders do you currently have on your kitchen counter? A blender for smoothies, one for crushing ice, and maybe an extra food processor too. Ninja packs everything into a single system that includes a large 72-ounce pitcher for the whole family, a single-serve smoothie cup to go, and a specialized bowl with a built-in tamper to make peanut butter or grind meat without needing to add water. The 1,600 watt power paired with a 6-blade assembly crushes ice cubes into snow in 5 seconds. It is $149.99 for the entire 3-container system, whereas buying equivalent individual appliances separately would cost you double or more. The kitchen is cleaner, your wallet is heavier, and you only have to wash one machine instead of 3. 12. Kirkland Signature Savory Nut Mix. If you are paying $8 to $9 for a small jar of premium seasoned nuts at Whole Foods, you need to know that Kirkland just released a new version for $11.99 in a jar 3 times larger. Crunchy roasted cashews, almonds, and pecans are seasoned with minced garlic, rosemary, and a touch of mild cayenne pepper. The moment you open the lid, you can smell the roasted garlic right away. The biggest difference compared to those trail mixes sold all over the place out there is the extremely clean ingredient list. No grease and not too salty. It is rich in high-quality protein so you can snack on it at night with peace of mind. The huge jar can be shared by the whole family for a week. Not everything new on the Costco shelves is worth the money. The next product I need to warn you about before you waste an innocent $30. 13. Cascade Mountain Tech Self-Inflating Sleeping Pad. Cascade Mountain Tech is a well-known outdoor gear brand at Costco, and many of their past products have been very much worth the money. However, this new self-inflating pad at the $29.99 price point is a disappointing exception, and I need to make this clear before you spend your money just because you trust the brand name. The first problem lies in the one-way valve system. The advertisement says self-inflating, but in reality, you have to wait nearly 20 minutes for the pad to inflate itself, and after all that waiting time, the final thickness is less than 1 inch. Lying on it, you can still clearly feel every pebble and every bump of the grass underneath. But the worst part comes when it's time to pack up. The waterproof PVC layer is too thick and stiff, making rolling it up to squeeze all the air out a real wrestling match. And when you finally finish rolling it, the included carrying bag is sewn too tight. Shoving the pad inside is like trying to stuff a bed pillow into a mailing envelope. An outdoor product that makes you more tired than the camping trip itself is not worth $29.99. Walk straight past it. 14. Green Pan Non-Stick Baking Sheet Set. If you are worried about PFAS in your cookware, now is the time to replace your old baking sheets. Green Pan uses a Thermolon ceramic coating that is completely free of PFAS, PFOA, lead, or cadmium. The set includes 3 baking sheets of different sizes, heat-resistant up to 600 degrees Fahrenheit, featuring a luxurious cream color, and they are easy to wash. The price point is $24.99 for the entire 3-piece set, whereas a single equivalent Green Pan sheet at Target costs nearly that much already. The safe cooking trend is rising very strongly, and Green Pan is one of the leading brands, so if you see it on Costco shelves at this price, you don't need to think twice. And the trash can I am about to talk about is receiving straight 5-star reviews, and the reason is not what you think. 15. iTouchless 13-gallon odor. Absorbing sensor trash can. In the middle of summer, food scraps in the trash can start to smell after just a few hours. This new trash can from iTouchless solves exactly that pain point with an Absorb X odor filter integrated right under the lid, neutralizing odors at the source so you no longer have to rush to take the trash out every night. The new generation infrared sensor opens the lid when you bring your hand close and closes gently and quietly after 5 seconds, which is very convenient when you are in the middle of cooking and your hands are covered in grease but you don't want to touch the trash can. The stainless steel exterior is fingerprint resistant, so the surface of the can is always clean and shiny without needing to be wiped down. It's $39.99 for a trash can that, once you use it, you will never go back to the step pedal type again. 16. Amalu Paleo Grilled Chicken Strips with Herbs. For anyone who needs clean protein but doesn't want to stand in the kitchen, this is something you should keep stocked in your refrigerator. The chicken breasts are marinated in Mediterranean herbs, including rosemary, thyme, and garlic, and are grilled using a moisture-locking technique. Therefore, when you reheat them in the microwave or air fryer, the meat remains tender and juicy, rather than dry and stringy like those industrial packaged chicken breasts. Antibiotic-free and paleo-certified, you can use it right after opening the package. Quickly shred it into a Caesar salad for lunch, sandwich it in bread for breakfast, or warm it up to serve with dinner rice. When the summer is hot and you are too lazy to cook, this pack of chicken breasts can replace an entire cooking session. 17. Nordic Ware Pizza Pan Set. The price is $19.99 for 2 16-inch pans, and the subtle point lies in the fact that Nordic Ware gives you 2 different styles in the same set. One is a traditional smooth flat pan used for thick, soft crust pizzas. The other is a perforated pan that allows hot air streams to contact the bottom of the pizza directly, creating a crispy crust that you usually only get at professional pizza restaurants. Made of natural aluminum with no harmful non-stick coatings, it is safely heat-resistant up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit in the oven or broiler. Anyone who regularly makes homemade pizza on the weekend for the family will immediately notice the difference when switching from a regular baking sheet to a perforated pan. The bottom layer of the pizza is no longer soggy in the middle. A small note is that the manufacturer recommends hand washing instead of putting them in the dishwasher to preserve the shine of the aluminum for a long time. 18. Tefal Infrared Surface XXL Air Fryer. If the air fryer at your home has been used for a few years and is starting to fry unevenly, leaving the surface crispy but the inside still cold, then this is an upgrade worth considering. Tefal completely gets rid of the convection fan technology of older models, replacing it with an 1,800-watt dual infrared heat system. The heat penetrates deeper and more evenly, so the food's surface does not dry out like traditional frying methods. The capacity is 6.3 quarts, spacious enough to fit a whole 12-inch pizza without needing to cut it into small pieces first. It features 10 preset modes for those who do not like to monitor the temperature manually. At $129.99 for a family of 4 to 6 people, this is a reasonable price if you are using an air fryer daily and want better results without spending extra time standing in the kitchen. Next will be 2 health products that anyone over the age of 40 should know about, and both are much cheaper than you think. 19. Youtheory Advanced Collagen Tablets. Once you step past the age of 40, joint cartilage begins to thin and the skin gradually loses its elasticity. That is a natural occurrence that everyone has to face, and collagen supplementation is one of the most popular ways to slow down that process. Youtheory has just upgraded their flagship collagen line by adding premium vitamin C and biotin, 2 ingredients that help the body absorb collagen types 1, 2, and 3 more maximally compared to the old version which contained only plain collagen. The large 390 tablet bottle is priced at $23.99, but here is the noteworthy part. Costco frequently offers manufacturer coupons for $5 off instantly at the register for this product, bringing the actual price down to under $19 for nearly 400 tablets. If taken consistently every day, this bottle lasts for more than 2 months, meaning it costs less than $10 per month for both your joints and skin. 20. Kirkland Signature Organic Flax and Chia Blend. The newest rookie at Kirkland's healthy dry foods aisle solves an inconvenience that many people accept living with every morning. Instead of having to buy 2 separate types of seeds, drag out a blender to grind them with all the hassle, and then clean up, Kirkland packs both flaxseed and chia seed into a single jar, pre-ground to a perfect fineness and ready to use immediately. Just drop 1 spoonful into your morning smoothie glass, mix it with oatmeal, or sprinkle it over a salad without changing the texture or flavor of the dish. Omega-3, fiber, and plant-based protein are abundant in every spoonful, supporting both your digestive and cardiovascular systems while you barely notice any change in your familiar meals. Under $9 for a large jar that can be used for a whole month, this is the simplest way to supplement nutrition that I've seen on Costco shelves this round. The next 3 products are all under $25. Compact yet surprisingly useful, starting with a bath towel that knows how to transform. 21. 2-in-1 beach towel and tote bag. It's $10.99 for a large 40 by 72-inch beach towel that also folds and rolls up into a compact tote bag. It sounds simple, but anyone who frequently goes to the beach or pool in the summer will immediately understand its value. Instead of bringing a separate towel and a separate bag, which takes up all the space in your car trunk, this towel combines both functions into a single item. When spread out for lying down, it is spacious enough for an adult. When the session is over, just roll it up, and it transforms into a shoulder tote bag to carry home. The material absorbs water well and dries quickly, so it won't get a musty odor if you forget to hang it up right away. The price is just over $10, so buying 3 or 4 of them for the whole family to bring along on every trip still costs less than $50. Cheaper than a regular beach towel set, yet multiple times more convenient. 22. Clever Made Aloha Collapsible Totes. This bag solves a very practical problem that many people encounter. You need a large, sturdy bag for grocery shopping, going to the beach, or tossing random items in for every road trip, but when not in use, it takes up space in the house or the car. Clever Made designed the Aloha totes to fold completely flat when not in use, making them paper thin so you can tuck them into a car glove box or the gap behind the back seat and completely forget about them until needed. The size is larger than typical tote bags, the fabric is thick enough to handle heavy items, and the carrying straps are wide set so they don't dig into your shoulder when carried. It is not completely waterproof like those dry bags, but in terms of shape and durability at the $19.99 price point, it is very hard to find any better. The tropical Aloha patterns look vibrant, making them perfect whether you take them to the beach or into Costco for grocery shopping. 23. Melamine Lazy Susan with Lid. For families who often host backyard parties, welcome guests on weekends, or celebrate summer holidays, this is a small item that upgrades the entire party table. The turning tray is made of high-quality melamine plastic, which is durable, highly shatter-resistant, and dishwasher safe, making post-party cleanup very easy. The feature that many buyers rate the highest is actually not the rotating tray itself, but the included lid. When hosting outdoor parties, insects are a nightmare, especially when you display finger foods or fruits on the table. This lid keeps the food clean while guests can still see inside to choose their dishes. The warehouse price is $23.99, and it is currently available in two colors, black and blue. If you are undecided, the blue color looks significantly more elegant and eye-catching when placed in the middle of the party table. The majority of products are worth the money, but not every item is suitable for every family. My tip is to choose 2 or 3 items that solve the exact problem you are facing instead of grabbing the whole list. Buying exactly what you need. That is true smart shopping at Costco. Costco dropped 30 massive deals this week, and at least half of them are items you're currently overpaying for elsewhere without realizing it. Watch this entire video before your next Costco trip, because some of these deals will disappear before the weekend. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. Spire 550 x 6-burner gas grill. If you're thinking about upgrading your grill before summer, this is exactly the time to pull the trigger. Costco has the Spire 550X marked down from $489.99 to $389.99, saving you $100 instantly on your first purchase without waiting for year-end sales or hunting for coupons. What makes this grill stand out isn't just the price, but what you actually get. Solid 304 stainless steel, 62,000 BTUs of power, enough to cook for a massive backyard party, and a spacious 762 square inches of cooking space so you can load up ribs and chicken at the same time without constant rearranging. For comparison, a Weber Genesis of similar quality usually runs around $1,000, meaning at $389.99, you're getting an equivalent setup for less than a third of the cost. Now that the grill is set, if you need something to keep your energy up for a long day outdoors, this next item is worth a stop. 2. Celsius Sparkling Energy Drink 18-pack. Celsius isn't your average energy drink, and that's why this price is a bigger deal than you think. The MetaPlus formula in every can is designed to boost metabolism and support calorie burning, with zero sugar and no preservatives, and it's perfect for anyone trying to stay on track with their fitness routine during a busy summer. Costco is currently selling the 18-pack for just $17.99 instead of $23.99, which breaks down to exactly $1 a can. That might sound ordinary until you realize outside retailers sell the same 18-pack for up to $54. 3. Acer Aspire 3 15.6-inch touchscreen laptop. At $399.99 at Costco this week, the Acer Aspire 3 is one of the most solid tech deals you can find at this price point. And it's not just because it's $100 off its original $499.99 price. It packs an AMD Ryzen 5 processor, 16 GB of LPDDR5 RAM, and a 1 TB SSD, meaning it boots up in seconds, handles multiple tabs without lagging, and gives you plenty of storage for everything without needing an external hard drive. The smooth Full HD touchscreen is a major plus for anyone who prefers interacting directly with the screen over using a mouse. What makes this deal truly worth the money is that compared to a similarly priced Dell Inspiron 15, which only offers an older Gen 512 GB SSD, you're getting double the storage at better speeds. 4. Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier 30-pack. With the summer heat and increased activity, proper hydration is way more important than just chugging plain water. Liquid IV uses CTT technology to deliver hydration to your bloodstream 2 to 3 times faster than water alone, combined with B vitamins and vitamin C to support both hydration and all-day energy. In this massive deal, Costco is selling the 30-pack for just $20.99, down from its previous price of $28.99. That number becomes even more impressive when you realize a 10-pack goes for up to $14.99 at Walmart or Target. Speaking of daily health, this next product is 30% off and is something your dentist always reminds you to use, but the everyday price is usually hard to swallow. 5. Philips Sonicare Advanced Clean Electric Toothbrush 2-pack. This is a product most people know they need, but put off buying because the price is rarely budget-friendly. Until now, with Costco offering the 2-pack for $69.99 down from its original $99.99 price this month. Meanwhile, smart toothbrushes with phone apps sell for up to $300 on the market without necessarily cleaning any better. Sonicare's Sonic technology removes up to 1,000% more plaque than a manual toothbrush and improves gum health by up to 500%. Numbers that come from independent clinical studies, not just advertising. 6. Country Archer Beef Sticks 28 count. Finding a healthy snack that actually tastes good and is convenient can be tough, but Country Archer proves you don't have to compromise. Made from 100% grass-fed organic beef, gluten-free, and with no artificial MSG, each stick delivers a high dose of protein to keep you full between meals so you don't reach for junk food. During this promotion, Costco is selling the 28-count pack for just $12.59, compared to the original price of around $18. What makes this deal hot is that organic grass-fed beef usually commands a premium at specialty grocery stores, but at Costco, their massive buying power brings the price down so low it's a total no-brainer. 7. Red Bull Energy Drink 24 count. Red Bull needs no introduction, but how you buy it matters more than you think. Most people buy single cans at convenience stores or gas stations whenever they need a boost, wasting money without noticing because it's just one small purchase at a time. Costco is selling the 24-pack for $31.99 this week, and if you do the math, the savings compared to buying them individually outside are massive for the exact same quantity. With summer coming up, bringing road trips, afternoons outdoors, and moments where you need instant alertness, this is the smartest time to stock up all at once instead of hitting the convenience store every time you run out. Red Bull keeps you sharp, but this next product helps maintain your energy in a healthier way and is nearly 31% off right now. 8. Cliff Z-Bar Organic Granola Bars 36-pack. Not every energy bar gives you lasting fullness and steady alertness throughout the day, and that's why Z-Bar is the go-to snack for many families during a busy summer. The organic whole grains inside prevent sudden blood sugar spikes followed by a crash, making them perfect to toss into backpacks before heading out, bring on hikes, or keep in a drawer for long afternoons. Originally $21.99, Costco has dropped the price to an all-time low of just $15.29 through July 19th. Right after this nutritious snack is a personal care deal that few people think to stock up on, but it saves you $4 compared to the regular price in a single purchase. 9. Gillette Ultimate Protection Deodorant 5-pack. This is the type of product most people buy one stick at a time without ever calculating how much they spend annually on a daily essential. Gillette Ultimate features 72-hour continuous dry tech protection, a quick-drying clear gel formula, and leaves no yellow stains on clothes, features that consumers usually have to pay a premium for. The previous original price was around $16.99, and Costco is currently selling the 5-pack for just $12.59, saving you nearly $4. This breaks down to just over $2.50 a stick, whereas buying a single Gillette Ultimate at a regular grocery store often costs up to $7. This certainly isn't a deal that will excite you instantly, but it's the kind of silent savings that add up over the year, keeping way more cash in your wallet than flashier deals. 10. Poppi Prebiotic Digestive Soda 18-pack. There is an interesting paradox that healthy things usually don't taste good, but Poppi is breaking that rule in a way many major brands have yet to master. Natural apple cider vinegar and prebiotics are built into every can to support your digestive system while keeping sugar at an absolute minimum. Notably, this brand is growing fast and getting harder to find at a good price elsewhere because small retailers simply don't have the bargaining power of Costco. Originally $23.49, Costco is holding it at $17.99. And with the brand's rapid growth, this kind of pricing will become increasingly rare, even at Costco, in the coming months. If you think the beverage section is done, there are actually a few more deals on today's list that save you even more than what we just mentioned. 11. Donut Shop K-Cup Coffee 80 count. If you have a Keurig machine at home, this is the time to stop buying small boxes every time you run out because that method costs way more than you think. The original donut shop is a favorite K-cup line for its medium, full-bodied traditional coffee flavor, neither harsh nor weak, perfect for the morning commute or a midday pick-me-up. Originally $44.99, Costco is selling the 80-count box for $35.99 during this markdown. The $9 difference might sound small, but for a consistent staple like coffee, this is the ultimate compounding savings. 12. Miss Vicky's Kettle Chips 30-pack. Miss Vicky's aren't regular chips, and frequent buyers notice the difference the moment they open the first bag. The kettle-cooked method means frying in small batches instead of a continuous industrial line, resulting in a noticeably thicker, crunchier texture than standard chips, the kind that delivers a distinct crunch instead of melting in your mouth. The 30-pack features a mix of flavors so you won't get bored all week, making them convenient for work lunches or movie nights at home. Originally $17.49, it's currently down to $12.49, while outside brands of similar kettle chip quality typically cost more. 13. Vita Coco Coconut Water 18-pack. Coconut water is one of the best natural hydration options for the summer because the potassium and minerals inside require nothing from a lab. And Vita Coco is an organic brand trusted enough that you don't need to read the back label before buying. What few people notice is that premium brand name boxed coconut water is rarely affordable elsewhere, while Costco, with its massive negotiating scale, is keeping this 18-pack at $18.19, down from its original $23.99. This is a perfect item to buy in bulk since summer demand only goes up, and outside prices can never compete with this rate. 14. Frito-Lay Classic Mix Variety Snack Pack 30-count. 30 single-serve bags from the most familiar names in your pantry are individually portioned, making this a single purchase that solves your snack needs for the entire week without a second thought. It's convenient for school lunches, handy to pack for picnics, and perfect when you just want a midday snack without opening a massive bag and accidentally finishing it. Originally $17.79, it is currently sitting at $12.49 during this run, a price gap that buying individual small bags elsewhere would never give you. 30 snack bags are enough for the week. But up next is a personal care deal that few people know Costco has at its lowest price of the year right now. 15. Old Spice Swagger Deodorant 4-pack. Some products survive for decades not because of advertising budgets, but because they actually deliver on their promise, and Old Spice Swagger is one of them. The signature masculine scent, combined with an aluminum-free, dry-feeling stick formula, is why many users